Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year when it comes as well.
My name's Edward Russell. I'm the Senior Brand Executive on Doctor Who. Any off-screen activity, anything that's not actual the show itself, comes under my watchful gaze. We do arrange for publicity photos, and any magazines that want covers, we'll provide them with the general pictures that we do. This particular publication came to us and said, well, we can do a photo shoot.
Hello.
They went away and came up with the concept, which is the King of the World shot, which is from the Titanic film, of course. We then spoke to David and Kylie. They were happy with that as well. William Baker, who's Kylie's creative director, is taking all the photos on set at the moment. And here we are, actually doing it. Time with David and Kylie is quite tight because they're filming the episode at the same time. So we've got two stand-ins, so people can arrange it for lighting, and that's what they're doing at the moment. So they're wearing the same costumes and they're setting up the lighting. As soon as we're ready, bring David and Kylie in. 5 minutes, a couple of pictures, and it's all done. It's funny how it's come alive since it's David and Kylie up there. It makes a real difference. It looks fantastic.
David, if you put your arm around her waist now like you're holding her back. Like really pull her into you.
The concept is the Titanic is in space and you don't get snow in space, but we've got some fairy lights on there just to give it a nice Christmassy feel. I think the final thing will look quite Christmassy. It was back in July we did that shoot, and it's now actually nearly Christmas. So we had to select the best pictures, and then a huge amount of post-production work as well. When we had that fantastic Titanic set, you know, we have to make it look as brilliant as possible. We just finally had the final version through and everyone's very excited. I've just shown it to David and he thinks it's beautiful, amazing.
This is a message for all of the Doctor Who fans.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Well, 25 years ago I was in Doctor Who and I played a nasty little man, a very vain character who was an embalmer of dead bodies, and he was horrible to a girl who was in love with him, and in the end she stabbed him to death with a hypodermic needle. Well, I was surprised, after 25 years to get the call again to the Doctor Who. Whereas before, our scenery wobbled a bit and it was all very basic. Now it's all the latest technology.
Hi, my name's Robin and I am Kylie Minogue's stand-in on Doctor Who The Christmas Special. Today is quite exciting. It's the first day and it's amazing just to watch everything. They've told me that I'm going to be doing quite a lot of standing in. Apparently it takes quite a while to get the costume on, so that should be quite interesting. Watching the stunts is absolutely fantastic. I'm having a really, really good time.
I play Foon Van Hoff.
And I play Marvin Van Hoff.
We are man and wife.
Yes, well,
On the
I'm the
planet
man and she's
Stowe.
the wife.
There's been a lot of screaming, crying, running, squeezing through holes, squeezing each other, squeezing everyone else, even though they didn't want to be.
Yeah.
Love Doctor Who. Working on it has been a dream come true, really. It's been fantastic from beginning to end. Amazing. And doing all the things that you've always wanted to do, like screaming and running away from aliens and things.
Wind things.
Wind.
And whole things being sucked out. Every science fiction movie that you've watched and gone, I'd really love to do that. We've just done it. Action! Don't open it!
Hi, I'm Gray O'Brien and I'm playing Rixton Slade, the most pompous, obnoxious and horrid man. He's very selfish, he looks after only himself, he thinks he's full of self-importance. Not at all like me, I'm much too nice. I've got a son who's 7, he's a major fan, he knows all the characters. I think he's very, very jealous that his dad's actually getting to hold the Doctor's sonic screwdriver. It's the most exciting thing I've ever filmed. It's great fun, there's all this steam and sparks and explosions. It really is like playing. Action!
This is Russell T Davis and
Colin Baker
saying Merry Christmas. Have a good one. Ta-da.
Hi, I'm Murray Gold and I am the composer on Doctor Who.
Hi, I'm Ben Foster and I'm the orchestrator and conductor for Doctor Who. So this marks our second Christmas special and it's exactly 2 years since we started.
What are you talking about?
Yes, third, but 2 years.
Oh right, yeah.
So 2 years to the day virtually that we started working together on Doctor Who.
The National Orchestra of Wales are fantastic. It's become a bit of an institution coming down here.
There's a tremendous warmth when we come in. I think that's about 10 or 11 times we've visited, and every time we come, you know, you begin to know faces. You get, and we're friends. There's friends in the orchestra now that we're in touch.
I've met no one.
But we're in touch.
I've been stuck in the little rabbit hutch.
And it's so wonderful when you're writing the scores to know that this solo will be played by Philippe or by any number of Tim on the horn or something, and it's you know, it's nice to have this group of musicians. We had the sleigh bells, we had the tubular bells, we had the wind chime. We always use wind chimes. We had the muted strings with their tremolando and slide effects, the 1950s style Bing Crosby or Dean Martin.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of sort of 1940s American movies. With this, you had a classic, the Stowaway song in the middle, and although it doesn't feature very much in the actual episode, it's used as a kind of touchstone. Every time you hear that melody, you think to yourself, oh, it's a stowaway, it's a stowaway, it's the man who secreted himself on the ship, changed the course of these people's lives. And that's quite a common device in a lot of 1940s movies, to have a central song and to sort of stem out of it. I'm kind of unapologetically sentimental. I sincerely believe in Doctor Who and how touching it is. It really does touch me. So I find that I can write touching music without any self-consciousness about it and without feeling that it compromises its intelligence. It's one thing to be all, about something as a cynical marketing thing. It's another thing entirely to actually want to recapture an age of innocence stylistically for a show that you really believe has earned it.
Murray and I were on the set for Voyage of the Damned. We were on the Titanic. Count Murray Gold with a moustache, which you'll see. I'm in the background, vaguely mugging, trying to be in the camera on the piano. But I did play a few Kylie variations during that, when we were miming.
Oh, that's right, yeah, to entertain the extras. I was sitting in the makeup chair. I was having my moustache applied. I really wish I hadn't, at that point, been having a comb-over haircut and a false moustache at the moment when I turned around to meet Kylie Minogue.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, boys.
I'm Peter McKinstry and I'm concept designer on Doctor Who. We go through the script and we take a look at all of the things that need designed. Specifically for Christmas episode, that was designing the spaceship version of the Titanic. The main challenge, first of all, was designing the Titanic, because that was done prior to finishing work on Series 3, because obviously it appears at the end of Series 3, so we needed a clear idea of what that was going to look like way before we even started working on the Christmas special properly. I did used to sketch everything and then put it into the computer, but now it's much quicker and easier for me to just go straight into the computer.
I'm Adwell Jones, supervising art director. We've tried to stick quite religiously to the original feel, but still keeping in mind that it's a spaceship this time, not a steamship. We've kept the kind of above decks feel to be in all period, with only the odd little detail that's like the communications panels and stuff like that that are a giveaway that it's something more. When you have something of the scale of the Titanic, I mean, everything becomes big, all the set pieces are huge. It's a Christmas special that has to top the last two very successful Christmas specials.
So this is the card model of the Canyon set, and it's all to scale. There's a little Kylie to scale. This is basically how we work out how the set is going to work. The director has a look at this and plans his shots using this, and from that we then produce the visuals.
My name's Tristan and I'm a set decorator. There's so much, there's lorry loads of stuff from our own prop store, but also things we find and things we adapt. Everywhere you look, there's adaptations. Vast amount of challenges because you've got to do the Titanic and then do all the innards of the Titanic, and with that you've got people in boxes, you've got machines, you've got large underground passages to do.
I was a big fan of Doctor Who when I was little. It's one of the things that got me drawing in the first place. It's pretty strange to think that when I was a small boy I would be drawing Daleks and stuff after watching them on TV, and now I get to actually design the stuff that ends up on TV.
What a great brief. We were approached to pitch for the design of the logo, all very top secret of course. So we spent a couple of days watching old sci-fi movies, looking at different types of logos, looking at old Doctor Who series and the logos that had been in the past. Well, we initially started playing around with numerous different fields of logo, different typefaces, different ideas, shapes, lights, how they might tie in with old Doctor Who logos. It obviously had to work in full colour, it had to work on a TV screen, but it also had to work in black and white and limited colours for any associated print work. From the ideas we presented, 3 were shortlisted. This one here, which related back to an earlier version of the Doctor Who logo, a second version based around hand-drawn lettering, which took its inspiration more from sci-fi movies, keeping it simple, lights running through the lettering, textures behind. And a third version, which was taking its inspiration more from TV programmes of the past, which was creating a shape moving through time and space. We were looking at a brand that the younger viewer would buy into, because what we had to remember was the new viewer for Doctor Who didn't know Doctor Who. So we were reintroducing it and obviously had to think how that would appear today. They chose 2 versions that they asked if there was a way we could combine them. And the chosen version then was the ellipse with the one line. Initially it was clouded in so much secrecy that especially the Doctor Who die-hard fans were eager to see a preview of it at any stage they could get it. It's become a brand in its own right, it's very widely used. Highly proud, yes. It's been a great opportunity, it's been great fun to work on, and we've achieved an enormous amount.
My name's Matt McKinney and I designed the adipose. The initial ideas were coming from Russell T Davies. He wrote emails really to me describing what he wanted from the adipose. Kind of a cute character compared to a lot of the other Doctor Who characters, more child-friendly, but it needed to also have a slight sinister side so the audience wouldn't really know whether they could trust it or not. We went through a series of designs, just drawing it on the computer, send it back to him and he'd come out with some amendments. The very first design was completely different, some dripping wax kind of creature, and more ghoulish and a bit more of a scary one. Then I did a page of different designs here, thinking about kind of cute, child-friendly kind of creatures. Had to be simple because they were supposed to be made out of a dough or a lard. And this is the one that we really kind of went for. Russell wanted it more squared off, like a block of lard. We then wanted to add something to it because we felt it was just a little bit too plain. So we thought about at one stage having the ears, and Russell's idea was to give it a tooth, which became a sharp fang.
The little monsters are going to be CGI'd, so it gives the camera a chance to line up on something physical rather than line up on nothing at all, basically. So they know their framings. We call them AD, radicals.
Well, it was actually deceptively difficult to get it to work in 3D. So they're quite small, but there were going to be thousands of them. And then we started to kind of paint some skin or texture onto it, on top of it, which is like painting a model, but again done all on the computer. The final one was something along these lines. Even though it's a little bit kind of cartoonish and cute, we still wanted to make it realistic and as though it could be a real creature, so we gave it quite a sophisticated skin shader so that you could see light through the thinner areas of the skin. This is the first test we did of just some of the different face shapes. I mean, it isn't a nasty alien, so we didn't want to make it hideous and scary, but just to give it a little bit of a darker side, possibly. I'm really happy, you know, it was a fun thing. It was quite different to the other things we've worked on Doctor Who. It was, you know, it had a light-hearted side to it, and I really enjoyed it.
Imagine if the excess fat in your body was alive. Imagine if your fat just walked away. Imagine if it became a living, thinking creature. An adipose. Maybe you'd be happy to see your spare pounds walk away, but you'd have to be really desperate to try the brand new weight loss program from Adipose Industries. It's a killer. It might seem to work wonders. Take one capsule every day for 3 weeks. And like I said, the fat literally walks away. Because the adipose capsule doesn't do what it's supposed to, it doesn't break down the fat and flush it away in your bloodstream at all. It takes all the excess fat and then it binds it together to form an adipose, a creature pulled together by the action of the capsule. And it isn't just made of the fat you don't need. The adipose creature takes tissue and blood and bone as well. You might want to lose some weight, but you don't want to lose everything. So don't worry about trying to understand all that stuff they tell you about breaking up triglycerides, because it's a lie.
100% legal, 100% effective.
It's all lies. And Miss Foster, who's in charge of Adipose Industries, isn't really Miss Foster at all. So you can ignore all her talk about how the adipose capsule is composed of a synthesized mobilizing lipase bound to a large protein molecule. Because Miss Foster is really matron Cophelia of the 5 Straighten Classabandi Nursery Fleet intergalactic class. She was sent to Earth by the Adiposian first family to foster a new generation of adipose children after their breeding planet was lost. And she's been making them out of human fat, lots of them. Over 1 million customers just in the London area. Lucky for them, she's been rumbled. Twice. Well, actually make that 3 times. And the adipose children she created have been taken into care by the Shadow Proclamation. They'll be fine. But if anyone else offers you a miracle way to lose weight, absolutely guaranteed. Run a mile. That should help you lose a few pounds.
Okay, here we go. It's all very exciting. This episode is called Partners in Crime. Have you had any favourite duos, and what do you like about them? And there's some suggestions at the bottom of the page of areas you might like to talk about. You might like to talk about, for instance, Chaz and Dave.
Well, I do like Chaz and Dave.
Do you like Chaz and Dave?
Enormously.
I've got Chaz and Dave album.
So have I.
But it was given to me in a slightly kind of, you know,
Ironic
way.
They're not ironic anymore.
Are they not?
No,
They've gone all the way. They've gone right beyond ironic and back to
completely, because Pete
back to
Doherty
cool.
now plays with them.
What?
Definitely.
What do you mean plays with them?
Well,
What,
he
like
plays.
poker?
Oh, he plays music with them.
He doesn't. Pete Doherty?
He does.
With Chaz and Dave?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
He absolutely does.
I like Reeves and Mortimer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, they're good.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, I quite like Lauren Hardy. I always prefer Lauren Hardy certainly to Charlie Chaplin, and maybe it's because there was 2 of them. Do you know who I used to like was Abbott and Costello?
Yes. Who's on first?
Who's on First was when I first saw the Who's on First routine. I thought I was going to wet myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
And that was only last week, isn't it?
It's all happening at once for me. Pet Shop Boys, quite like them. Is that you seem surprised by that?
I didn't know there was only 2.
There's only 2 of
Is
them.
there?
Yeah.
God, why don't, are they brothers?
No, they've got nothing. They met when they were grown up.
Oh right, yeah. I tell you, a duo I love.
Yes.
Location, people. Phil and Kirsty.
I've never watched that show. Are they good?
I love them equally.
Yeah. The Proclaimers!
Of course!
They're my favourite
there
duo.
You go.
Ah, they're twins and brothers.
And brothers.
Yeah, which is often how it works,
Yeah.
as it turns out. Next question.
Off we go then.
It's great to be back. Yeah, it's as if I never left, actually.
Catherine's first day on set just felt like she'd never been away. It was like catching up with an old mate.
You just want to make it. Doctor! This is your fault! I should have stayed at home.
Just like old times.
Always right. It's always like this with you, isn't it?
Oh yes, and off we go.
Join Doctor Who Confidential as we take a volcanic voyage and witness a blast from the past.
We are here in Rome. We're at the Cinecittà Studios. We are here because the studio is doubling as Pompeii.
We've got centurions, and we've got slaves, and we've got rich people, and we've got poor people, and we've got market traders, smoke, chickens, chaos.
Plus, we take an exclusive tour with David Tennant and go up Pompeii and Mount Vesuvius.
Well, it is rather alarmingly stalking.
It is.
Did we have to worry about that?
Well, yes and not, because I told you, any time there could be a new eruption.
You're very chilled out here. You're very cool.
Well, that's life.
Classified file. Authorization accepted.
The 1st century BC was when it all changed, and no one was ready. But from evidence recently unearthed, we can at last work out what happened, because the citizens of Pompeii faced a threat even more deadly than Volcano Day. Pyroviles. Creatures of rock and flame from the lost world of Pyrovilia. The account of Caecilius, one of the very few to escape from Pompeii, tells how the soothsayers and priestesses of Pompeii breathed in the dust of Mount Vesuvius and saw into the future. Except it wasn't dust, and it wasn't the real future. When the Pyroviles came, their alien essence got spread underground. Caecilius writes about how his own daughter breathed in the dust, and she was petrified. No, I mean really petrified, turned to stone. But it was too late for the high priestess of the Sibylline oracle. The Pyroviles can meld with humans, and the high priestess was well on the way to becoming the first of a new race. Human and Pyrovile combined. The Pyroviles plan to take over the whole human race. They had the technology to boil away the oceans and turn Earth into their new home planet. But we don't have to take some old Roman's word for it. There's archaeological evidence too. Huge footprints across bits of Pompeii. Unexplained marble sculptures, modern art, or alien circuit boards. And this intriguing plaque showing the family gods of the Caecilius family, all of which bear out his story. However improbable it might seem, that the world was saved from certain destruction by an extraordinary man from Wales. But despite this lapse of credibility, we now know for certain that something set off the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. And maybe, just maybe, it was a price worth paying. The deaths of almost everyone in ancient Pompeii in return for the human race. The evidence is there. Evidence for a race of alien fire monsters, living magma creatures that try to take over the world. With findings unearthed by carefully monitored archaeological expeditions, it can't be denied. The discoveries are irrefutable. They're rock solid.
When I got the job, I kind of thought, oh my God, it's Doctor Who. Where the hell do I start? He can go anywhere, anytime in space.
Ancient Rome!
It was basically Pompeii, the kind of moral dilemma, do we tell people, do we not?
Don't want to disturb the status quo. He's Celtic. We'll be off.
When is it okay to change history, when isn't it? And the only things that they wanted in were some scenes in a villa with a family so that we could get to know the people of Pompeii through that family.
You are not going out wearing that.
Don't start, Dad. It's what all the girls in Rome are wearing.
He wanted some kind of fire creatures living inside Vesuvius. And he wanted the scene where the escape pod comes flying out of the eruption. I was already fascinated with Pompeii anyway, so it was a perfect kind of choice. But at the same time, I didn't want to make fun of the people. I didn't want to kind of just say, oh look, we're having a great adventure. Off we go to the next thing. I wanted to take it as seriously as I could, because there were like 20,000 people lived in that city, and a lot of them died. So there's lots of fun up until the second half when it gets very, very serious. While he did save the planet, because the fire creatures were gonna come back and tear the place up and kill everyone. At the same time, he has to let this happen, and it's awful. There's one thing to read something that happened in a history book, and there's another thing to stand by and watch it happen and know that you can't do anything about it. Doctor Who it's been in my life since before I can remember. So, getting on set and seeing a Roman villa, and then there's the TARDIS in the corner.
Come with me.
It just kind of blew my mind a little bit.
And down.
We are just about to board flight.
And who's with us?
We've got with us Morag and Hannah, confidential, Nathan, confidential, and baby James Moore from the art.
Now on our way to the hotel, and for some inexplicable reason the car isn't big enough. So here I am, and next to me is a suitcase.
This is our hotel. It's going to be our Roman home for a week. We're here finally, at last. I feel quite nervous actually. It's a strange one. So we're here now in our temporary production office in Cinecittà Studios. It's all happening here today. We've got costume fittings, they're out there dressing the set, makeup fittings. It's all a bit mad really. I'll take you for a little walk round, I think, now, just so you can see exactly what's happening. We have our fittings for our extras today, costume and makeup fitting. It's one of the tasks we've got to do today. I'm ready for the first day of shoot. They've got to come in, they've got to be checked for hair, makeup, their sizes, costumed up, and so it all works. Anyway, I'll speak to you in a bit. This is our costume store. Hello. We've got Roman soldiers' helmets here, and peasants' helmets, and rows and rows and rows and rows of wigs. Boxes and boxes of sandals. All these sandals. Amazing. I just had to walk along and pick the 4 ladies who are going to be our nobles, the extras. And I felt a bit like Simon Cowell, to be honest. No, I'll have her. Will I have her? No, you can go on. It was kind of odd. Power this job affords you.
I'm playing a successful Pompeian marble merchant. He's the dad of Metalla and Quintus and Evelina. Pretty sort of regular, successful family in ancient Pompeii.
I'm playing a lady called Metalla who lives in ancient Pompeii. She has a lovely family. She doesn't think they're particularly lovely. She's always on her son and daughter's back. Of course, by the end of the show, when there's been a disaster and the Doctor has rescued them, she's appreciating her family a bit more and considering herself rather lucky.
What happens is my character, he buys the TARDIS, which has landed in the marketplace, and when they get nip off, I buy it as a piece of art, really, for the corner of my villa.
So we've got this wonderful, huge Roman villa, and you kind of feel like you're doing the BBC series Rome, and you're walking around that, and you suddenly catch sight of the TARDIS in the corner of your living room and go, "This is Doctor Who." It's fantastic, I love it.
The great thing is now you can, because all the cameras are armed with these little viewfinders, you can see how it photographs, and it's lit very beautifully, and it really is quite an engaging, attractive set.
I was a Doctor Who fan as a child. John Pertwee was my first Doctor, and I have to say, when they revamped the series, I just thought it was brilliant. One of the scariest ones for me very early on was the one set in the war with the children with the gas masks on. Then more recently with David, who I think is a fantastic Doctor. I win Doctor Who. How exciting is that?
The Pyroval is a giant rock creature that was created here at the mill by our CG team. First parts of it was that we had to come up with a concept idea. Our initial ideas was more of a zombie style rock creature. In the end they went for the gladiator style lava creature.
So here we have the Pyroval, which is our lava monster queen.
High priestess of the civilized.
For this, it was literally, we got some wax, and when it started to go off, we just brushed it and skimmed it over the top, so you get all these nice smooth bits and all these bits of detail.
We generally have one operator per model, and they'll spend about 6 to 8 weeks building it all up, texturing it. It had to look very much like a gladiator, but made out of rock and lava and loads of smoke. It just needed to really feel like it was sitting in a volcano. Awakening!
The other thing with this is also, you know, obviously we couldn't see eyes, so there's like a mesh in there that she's just seeing through these tiny dots, and then inside her mouth we didn't want pink, so it's all food colouring inside her mouth, make her mouth black, so that you just didn't want any fleshiness showing through.
We had to really take into consideration the size of him. Being 9 foot, he's made out of rock, lava flowing all over his body with all the smoke, but the main thing we were concentrating on was the weight, so we really tried to make him feel heavy. This was the first shot that you see him properly, you know, and you really get a sense of scale and size through him busting through the floor.
It was a relatively quick thing to sculpt, just because the very nature of the design is very kind of haphazard and stuff like that, but I think it was the one we got the most immediate response back out of, which actually quite surprised us.
Well, I think we were saying, the tone being weren't we, and Russell said, you know, that was fantastic, and I think it's one of the best things you've ever done, and the parents were like looking at each other going, what?
It says this is episode 2. What do you think the question's going to be?
I think it's going to be, if you were in a volcano.
This episode is about a famous event in history. If you were given the chance to change history, A, would you risk it? And B, which event would you try to change? We could be talking about world history.
Exactly.
We could be talking about your own personal history.
Yes, that's true. Well, I know if I was given the chance to change the casting of The West Wing,
yes,
I'd be in it.
Right.
And I would also be in Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. Because the character in The West Wing that I want to play is called Donna.
Oh, because you want to play Bradley Whitford's girlfriend. Sure. Well, it's the chaos theory, isn't it? That if you change something, everything else unravels.
Changes, yeah.
So it's a high-risk strategy.
It is. I would let everything around the world change if I could get that part. I would.
You'd let history unravel if you could be on the West Wing.
Yes.
That's shamefully selfish.
I know. He's filming The Cage now.
Well, all he was getting was the side of your head.
Yeah. So,
is that, have we answered that?
You won't, I will.
I won't risk it.
I'm selfish, you're clearly...
I'm risk-averse.
Risk-averse.
Clearly.
This is Donna's first trip in the TARDIS to the future and another planet.
Outside that door could be any planet, anywhere, anywhen in the whole wide... Are you alright?
They end up on the Ood Sphere. And on the Ood Sphere they bump into some old friends of the Doctor's, the Ood. Oh. I know that in the previous stories they did have a bit of red eye and were quite murderous, but this time I wanted it to be sort of, ramp up the stakes a bit and have them sort of spitting and rabid. And Russell said, well, we've got a nice planet, we've got the Ood, there's something going on under the surface, go write it. And I wrote something that was probably, I think, a bit too dark, if I admit it as well, a bit too kind of 70s. I think I wrote a 6-part story in 45 minutes. I think the hardest part for me was getting the story right. When I had to write draft 1 of the episode, I sat in front of this blank screen and thought, I just can't do it. And then when you write Interior TARDIS, you think, oh, fantastic, and off you go. But there was a period after I'd had a kind of run of about writing several scripts and about 5 ideas. I just thought, oh, what am I going to do now? And sometimes it either comes to me or it doesn't. Probably it's a good thing not to think too much about what you do and just get in there, dive in and write it. The best advice I can give is to say, if you want to be a writer, just write. It doesn't matter that you're not getting paid for it. If you write, then you can call yourself a writer. You have to remember that I wrote this quite a while ago now, and I can sometimes never remember what I did last week. So when people ask me about things I wrote 8 months ago, usually I have to make something up.
Our animatronic, one of our animatronic boots. It's a foam head that an actor wears, goes on someone's head, and there's radio controls to make the brow, the eyes blink and the brow move. And we had to do a variation this year.
The main difference between those and the old ones was the fact that they had these brains that they held in place of their Ood balls.
To make things easier, they're all cast from the same mould, and then we cast the rubber skins, and obviously we just cast 10 out of the same mould. All the tentacles are added on separately, they're all cast from separate moulds. So they're all silicone, whereas this is foam rubber. We also have to make little holes so that they can see out of them, which makes it a bit difficult because their vision's restricted. So when they're on set, it's kind of tunnel vision. They really got to rehearse everything they're doing because otherwise they can be bumping into each other a lot. The first Ood script had a name and a description, which was, a bald-headed albino type alien creature with, I think Ross wrote it as a sea anemone for a mouth.
The last series, they kind of got that kind of possessed look about them, and these ones described as being Rabidood instead. We were playing with ideas of kind of making these out of foams with like little airlines in them, so they'll kind of shake around and stuff.
We've got a team, but we're all very hands-on still. Oh, we love our Ood. Gotta love an Ood.
I work on Doctor Who, creating scenes within the TARDIS, generic TARDIS screens, or literally creating anything in the universe. One of the most fun jobs, if you like to be said, right, here's an alien, come up with a language for it. Where do you start? I'll start off with the earlier episodes. This is just a simple 3D element that one of the boys here created, and we comp it together and played straight onto the screen as if it's there happening for real. So this is quite a simple animation. It is literally layers of various different elements all put together. Then we go into the animation package. Take all those various elements, and because this is the animation program, we can get some movement going on in there. That's all done by keyframing, which is literally telling it at a specific point to be here in the screen, and at the next point be there at the screen. Here we were given a clean studio shoot of the Oods, and it was down to us to put the graphics on. Very similar to an advert, if you like, that we would see on our TV screens. Looking at this graphic, it was quite a complex one to actually design, although the animation is very simple. If you look at the animation here, that's the only little bit of animation you see on the screen. Yet to get that, somebody had to design the whole map of the complex. The amount of work that goes into something can be overlooked. It is one of those jobs that you get, and you can't really believe that you're doing it.
Hi, I'm Kevin and I work on Doctor Who, and today we're going to take you around to have a little look at the studios where we film the programme. The studios here are completely purpose-built for Doctor Who, so we've got everything from big studio spaces to put sets in, and everything that you need to run a professional production. This is the meeting room behind me where basically all the big decisions happen before the programme ever gets filmed. Okay, we've got loads of studio space, we have to be careful because we've just been painting firelines. Okay, it may not look like much from the outside, but believe me, this is Sarah Jane's studio set. This should give you a sense of the scale of the place. Look at it, massive. One day it'll be a country house, next day it'll be an alien spaceship. We are filming at the moment, so obviously you see all these trucks behind us are all part of the unit that's shooting today. Here's the makeup truck where you see all the stars going in freezing cold weather to go and have the makeup done before they go off onto set. These are the star trailers for Donna's mother, Sylvia, and also her grandfather, Wilf. This way they come to relax in between takes on set. Before we start filming every day, there's an absolute hubbub of activity. We're just about to step onto set now, so we'll have to keep it quiet because everyone's hard at work. We can't tell you what this is for yet, and you won't recognise it when you see it on screen, but this is a big set for later on in the series. If you just have a look at it from behind the scenes, you can see the scale of it and how we light it. This is one of our main green screen sets behind me, which is used obviously to separate the actors out from the action. Anything where you need a background that can be computer generated and dropped in. So, any chance of me being put in against anything more exciting here? No. Okay, fair enough. What better for hungry people on set than a perfect place to come and have something to eat? A Blue Box Cafe. Unfortunately, it's not bigger on the inside. It's one of our main prop workshops where obviously all the big main props are made right here on site so they can then be deployed out on set. Fantastic stuff. So you've been working hard all day, you want a nice sit-down meal, you want to go somewhere really swanky, you're a really famous person. Where do you go? The dining bus. You might be forgiven for thinking it was a remake of Summer Holiday with Cliff Richard and that you're going to see them all jumping out any minute, but no, this is the Doctor Who dining bus. In between the morning session and the afternoon session, you've got lunch, later on you've got tea, everything's going on. It's an absolutely freezing day here in Cardiff today, so it's really nice to be back here where all the lights are on and it's absolutely toasty warm. I'll tell you what, if you stayed here long enough, you'll probably get a decent tan, I should think.
They came from a distant world. They voyaged across the stars. They sought to find humanity, and all with one purpose: to serve. Or so we're told. The Ood, inhabitants of the Ood sphere, the perfect servants. Or so Ood operations want us to think. Established in 3914, they've been selling Ood for over a century, supplying over 50% of Galactic Central.
Here at the Double O, that's Ood Operations, we like to think of the Ood as our trusted friend.
Be skeptical about their sales pitch. Be careful when you deal with an Ood. And above all, beware the Red Eye. They might be an alien race, but there are no communication problems with an Ood. They can talk to you in their native language using their translator spheres, with a whole range of optional voices.
How are you today, Ood?
I'm perfectly well, thank you.
Ood Operations are proud to offer an Ood for every occasion. There are household, pilot, personal trainer, and, of course, military models. And since the Ood are mildly telepathic, they'll understand at once what you want. But there is a bit of a drawback. If you're using an Ood near a being with a powerful telepathic ability, like maybe an all-powerful demon from before the dawn of time or whatever, the Ood can be taken over by this mind control. If you see an Ood with red eyes, then red alert. Some handy tips. Basically, run. Just drop everything and get out of there. You can't argue with a possessed Ood. And don't even think of complaining to Ood Operations. Chief Executive Halpin just won't want to know. He's got enough problems of his own. As well as friends of the Ood campaigning for freedom of Ood kind, Red Eye is becoming an epidemic on the Ood sphere. There's evidence to suggest they prepare Ood before they sell them. The Ood might seem servile and happy, but it comes at a price. And that price is a lot more than the 50 credits you might be paying. With rumors of hind brain removal and armed guards to keep the raw Ood imprisoned, maybe friends of the Ood have a point. Because Chief Executive Halpin's predecessors found something under a glacier on the Ood sphere many years ago. Whatever it is, it's the key to the Red Eye and to the Ood themselves. And all we know is that it's now kept in Warehouse 15. And we've got our best brains on it.
are the servants of man. If you were each other's servants, what would you refuse to do for each other? If I was your servant...
Wow.
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't do anything for you. I really wouldn't.
Just on principle? Or just because you couldn't be bothered?
Well, where do you draw the line?
It's impossible to know.
How can you possibly...
Well, there's a we're
say
differentiating between
what-
servant and slave. You could say that the other slaves, really.
Yes.
And slaves don't have any choice. They're not allowed to draw the line, whereas servants, I suppose, are.
Servants probably have a union.
They're probably unionised in some way. There's
There-
lots of
there
things
would
I
be
couldn't
one.
do, because there are huge gaps in my practical knowledge.
Right.
So,
But you're assuming I'd be
I mean,
asking you to do something different.
well, like put a shelf up or something,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
probably struggle a bit.
Yeah. But
I maybe do,
but
but
wouldn't-
tiling, I couldn't do your tiling.
If we were each other's servants, would it sort of cancel it all out? Because if I said, make me a cup of tea, you'd go, no, make me a cup of tea. And I'd go, no, you make me a cup of tea. No, you make me a cup of tea.
Right, that is
It's ridiculous.
there's a word for that, isn't it? It's not dichotomy. That's something else entirely. But something that cancels itself out.
Is it negative equity?
Yeah, it's a negative equity. That question's a negative equity. Let's have another one. Right.
Dr. Donna Friends!
The circle must be broken. Oh, Dr. Donna Friends! Dr. Donna Friends!
Do you take milk and sugar?
You've got to love an ood. You've got to love an ood.
I wanted the ood, I wanted the ice planets, I wanted humans as slave trade. Just want to bite them.
That's a bit of a worry. I think the Ood are lovely.
I think there's more story waiting to be told.
Episode 4 is Sontarans, Episode 4 is Unit, The Return of Martha Jones. Episode 4 contains the best lesson in why you should never really go off and explore remote places. If you see a big alien-looking object, then don't try and hit it with a stick. Donna has had huge experience at travelling with the Doctor and has that companion dislocation when she goes back home. And I think she's very lucky in a way that she can share some of that with her granddad. Russell always kind of pulls out one sort of key word which sets the tone for the whole 2 episodes. And Russell said the key word for these episodes is military. That is pretty much what we see. I have a sneaking suspicion that you can pretty much write anywhere. So many writers have got all of these kind of superstitious rituals. They can only write with a certain pen or at a certain time of day. Russell always says that he can't use laptops to write on because, you know, he's such a huge man, his fingers are too big. The brief that I think is absolutely irresistible in Who is the combination of something fantastical and something absolutely everyday, like the Sontarans striding through ordinary landscape, or whether or not it's actually dealing with something as ordinary as Donna's family. Has Who changed my life? Oh yeah, I didn't have these bags 4 years ago.
Luke is a brilliant character. He's really sort of intellectual, American, Californian, Silicon Valley sort of thing. Cool. Really dry and sarcastic all the way through, which is great fun to switch on that ultimate massive ego. I get to carry a gun, but not very well, because he's not much of a man. I was helping up General Starr in the rehearsal, and I touched his ear, his kind of latex ear by accident, and it just freaked me out because it's like, they're really realistic. The texture's just, like really looking forward to is kind of addressing my minions. I kind of go on this mad ego rampage where I'm telling them all my plans about leaving the Earth behind and starting a new civilization. It was never big enough for me. I've yet to gather some minions and try and take over the world, but it's on my to-do list.
UNIT was such a sort of kind of iconic part of classic Doctor Who that it made perfect sense to bring it back for the new series.
All workers, lay down your tools!
UNIT as an idea has lived on and has been touched upon by the spin-offs such as Torchwood and Sarah Jane. It's always been a presence in the Doctor Who world. So following on from that, they've really built on UNIT in a very big way this series. They're bringing in some more characters, for example, Colonel Mace, Captain Price and Private Jenkins. Of course, probably the most important new member of UNIT is Martha Jones. She's back from a little stint at Torchwood and fully equipped to deal with such threats as the Sontarans. Formerly, UNIT used to stand for United Nations Intelligence Task Force, but what's happened now is UNIT's sort of been given a bit of a makeover for the 21st century. Now it's actually known as the Unified Intelligence Task Force. Back in the day, a UNIT base would have a reference for people who would be radioing in of a trap. For example, a main base would be something like Trap 1, a mobile base might be Trap 2, and all the UNIT operatives in the field would have their own call signs. For example, in this series, Martha is referred to as Greyhound 6.
Greyhound 6 to Trap 1, B section, go, 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 search the ground floor, bridge pattern delta.
As you can see, the UNIT command centre here is all new, certainly nothing we've particularly seen before. One of the things they'd actually do to save money on location would be to actually use the BBC outside broadcast fans and stick a UNIT logo on the side. So if you ever spot those in the 1970s, you'd probably be looking at a van with lots of technicians hunched over monitors seeing actually what was being filmed outside.
The gag is with the Sontarans, because they have this very domed helmet. So the idea is when the helmet comes off, they've got a domed head underneath. Rather than just like a big, thick rubber mask, these are all foam rubber prosthetics. So this was just the foam rubber pieces glued onto a cast of our actor Chris Ryan, and the pieces are made up of like a hood which goes on and the actor's face just pokes through the whole way. So when the actor expresses, moves his face, it all reads through, it all kind of moves with his face. All our actors were under 5'2", because they are meant to be these stocky little bulldog race, and so we modelled it on Chris so that when you had him up front doing the main talk and featured, it would always look the best because it's designed to fit him.
General Stahl of the 10th Sontaran Fleet.
But then you've got to try and fit other people into his costume effectively.
They tried to get people the same height, which was great, but they weren't always necessarily the same build.
We said, 4'10" to 5'2". I think we actually snuck in a 5'4". There is one guy when there's a lineup of Sontarans, there's one guy doing that. I don't know what the fans will be like. I know there was a lot of backlash over the fact that we changed the body so much. You can either sit there and, copy something that was designed in the 70s for everything, or see what we can do new. Doctor Who is about change. The Doctor changes, the TARDIS has changed, the interior of the TARDIS changes, Cybermen change, everything changes.
Here's this week's question, viewer.
Ooh. Should we not say hello every time? Too late now, I'm not going back.
Martha gets cloned in this episode. Martha gets cloned in this episode. If you could clone yourself, what would you get those clones to do for you?
Exercise.
This is similar to the Ood question we had, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd get my other clones to exercise.
Would you?
Me, yes.
But you wouldn't see the benefit of it, would you?
Well, no.
But I'm confused as to whether they would be subservient.
What, the clones?
Or not? Because surely if they were a clone, they'd be properly sentient in their own right, wouldn't they? They'd not want to do the same things that you wouldn't want to do. In which case, it'd probably be a bit of a fight.
What would you get those clones to do for you? Well, tidy up. I'd get them to be a slave.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really be fair.
It wouldn't be fair on them. You get them to go and do another job. You could be doing 2 jobs at once.
Well, it would all get a bit confusing.
And we are moving straight on.
Yes.
Classified file. Authorization accepted.
There's nothing more dangerous than a creature dedicated to war. A brutal race of warriors created and trained to kill. You know you're in trouble if you're at war with the Sontarans. Don't be fooled by their stature. These guys mean business. Everything a Sontaran does is ultimately to gain an advantage in their great war against the Rootness. They will attack anyone if they think it'll give them an advantage in the war. The Sontarans come from the high-gravity planet of Sontar. which is how they develop such strong physiques and muscles. Look at that. They reproduce by cloning at a rate of 1 million every 4 minutes in great muster parades. So all Centaurans look exactly the same. And they don't just clone themselves, they can create copies of their enemies, programmed to obey Centauran orders, so you never know who's who. Survival data. How to deal with a Centauran. They might be ruthless and brutal, but the Centaurans have a keen sense of honor. If you really want to wind him up, tell a Centauran he's without honor.
You dishonor me, sir!
Or that he's failed in his mission. A Centauran can only be stunned by a blow to the probic vent. That's a small hole at the back of the neck. The Centaurans believe this means they must always face their enemies, but don't let that stop you sneaking up behind them if you can. They might not have defeated the Rutens yet, but the Centaurans are amongst the most feared warrior races of the universe. And they've tried to claim Earth before, in medieval times, during the infamous Atmos incident, to the ravaged Earth of beyond the 30th century. There are even reports that the Centaurans dared to invade Gallifrey, fabled planet of the legendary Time Lords. But their greatest enemy remains the Rutens. They have been at war for thousands of years. The Rutens are glowing green jelly creatures from the cold, icy planet Ruta 3. They can kill with an electrocuting sting. Shocking. And there are rumors they can change their form to look like other races. But in a contest between green jellies and brutal warriors, I'd pick the Centaurans every time.
"559, take one off the false start."
It is a rule
I told you!
that whenever the companions' families get involved,
He's blown up the car!
within 2 minutes they are in mortal danger of their lives.
I'm away.
Martha's back.
Hi! It is great to be back.
It's always nerve-wracking meeting up with an ex. He's bringing the new girl along. You don't know. I think the doctor's nervous about seeing her again.
You smell of sweat and fear. Centauran!
I repeat, this is a go. Now we begin.
Colonel Mace, actual service. He's a professional. He is committed to Queen and country. Really believes in the chain of command, so when someone like the Doctor comes in, throws a spanner in the works.
Any sign of trouble, get Jenkins to declare a code red. And good luck, sir.
I said no salutes.
Well, you're giving orders.
He shouts at me and belittles me in front of my men.
Can't do that, you're giving yourself one of these distracted circus.
And that is quite a new experience for the Colonel to face.
I'm playing Ross, who is a unit soldier.
I order you to surrender in the name of the Unified Intelligence Task Force.
Well, that's not going to work.
Just helping the Doctor out, driving around in the Jeep.
I've got no control, it's driving itself.
Being his assistant, looking after him for a couple of episodes.
He likes to do things by the book. And so when the Centaurans come up, now this is totally a new experience to him. So there's no manual that tells him how to deal with this sort of stuff.
Yeah, it takes me about half an hour to get it on. Fasten everything up and yeah. Yeah, no, it's alright. There are worse costumes to wear in this show, believe me.
I think my father's a bit like Colonel Mace. So every son turns out to be quite like their father. It's very much a person that I would like to have on my team. I would love to serve under Colonel Mace. It's a real dream job, dressed up as a soldier, running around, fighting aliens, firing a gun as well.
I'm Jacqueline King and I'm playing Sylvia Noble. She's back this year, but I think Sylvia's trying to be a better mum this time.
And where have you been these past few days?
Playing a character called Wilf. He's an astronomer and he's potty about aliens, obviously, so he's in the right show, isn't he?
The last time the Doctor turned up, there was just pandemonium, and she was scared stiff that daughter might disappear with this madman.
Well, I've just spent a very unpleasant hour inside the car with smoke in it, and I gave up smoking a long time ago. No, it's going very well actually, and thank goodness we've got such a cracking day for it.
I would so love to do it in person.
Yes, Bruce Willis not evil.
I'm going to save my dad. I would love to just wreck that car with an axe. That would be worth about £3,000 worth of psychology, wouldn't it?
I did a film with Peter Cushing back in the 60s. I played a policeman who inadvertently got into the TARDIS. And it was lovely working with Peter Cushing. He was a very good Doctor Who, actually.
I'm not very knowledgeable. I can't remember the names of all the creatures, but I've certainly watched every episode.
I did a radio thing with Paul McGann, and now we've got David, so I'm on my third Doctor.
I watched the award ceremony and I realised that I was in a show that was voted #1, working with an actor who was voted #1. You don't get luckier than that.
It's wonderful jumping from Torchwood to Doctor Who. Because I get to play the same character, it's more of a development and an expanding of the same character, but you get to kind of access different emotions really and different aspects of the character. It's always exciting to have to be a crossover character. For me though, as an actress, it's not so different doing the shows while we're filming them. We're in the same studios, it's the same executive production team, and playing the same part, so it didn't feel like I was getting up and going to a different job. Now we begin. She's slightly different. She was always mature, but she's slightly more harder.
You seem quite at home.
If anyone got me used to fighting, it's you.
Oh, right, so it's my fault.
Coming across each other again is going to have a different dynamic because of what's gone before.
Look at me. Am I carrying a gun?
It still feels really organic and I'm playing her instinctively. It's just natural progressions that are occurring. The show is a great role model in itself, and I'm like a mouthpiece for the writing, if you like, and it's all there in the writing. It teaches morality, tolerance, education.
I'm Commander Score, who's kind of the second in command after the General.
Commander Score of the 10th Sontaran battle fleet, known as Score, the Bloodbringer.
I'm sort of like in charge of sort of project managing.
He's in charge of the 10th Sontaran battle fleet.
Glorious warfare!
The main thing is just the hearing gets knocked out a little bit. I've got a latex cap on over my real head, and then a channel cut in between my fake rubber ear and my real ear. A bit like someone's deaf uncle who sits in the chair and goes, "What?"
I've done it another couple of mornings, and I've got 3 mornings next week to do it as well. And General Star will be no more.
Somewhere in an attic, I've got a copy of Doctor Who magazine from 1986 with Chris having his prosthetics put on.
It was quite extreme, but not as closed in as this.
The Lord Kiv back then.
Trying to be timed all that one.
It's quite a strange experience watching this completely different obese potato man trying to put food in his mouth.
The interesting thing about this series, it's really fast paced. The music plays an enormous part. It seems to roll along.
To forget that you've got it on after a while. So on the first day I was sitting there in the chair on set, and sort of trying to give a nice friendly smile to people. So of course you look as if you're leering at them.
This episode is all about green issues.
Is it?
Yes, of course it is. Talk about gardens. Do you do your bit for the environment?
The Garden of the Sontarans, that's its title.
Is it?
Yep.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Do you do your bit for the environment? Has this story made you think more about pollution and global warming?
The problem for the planet isn't that we're being polluted by
Midget.
by midget Sontaran viruses in the air. Is it really? In the cars that we drive? It's more about...
No, but it was through the pollution of the cars that they were going to take over the world.
Yeah, but that's not really the biggest problem facing the world in the 21st century, is it?
No.
It's more about just the overheating of the climate and the...
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't made me think more about it because I was worried anyway, quite frankly.
I was too. I like to think I do my bit for the environment, but clearly I don't do enough. I opt not to fly unless I absolutely have to.
I would only fly if I got a part in the West Wing.
Sure, well, you'd have to fly.
I'd have to relocate.
Come on, we have to get our priorities.
Yeah, I'd
right.
have to relocate. The West Wing's not going to happen because that's not on.
No, it's not.
Do you really? So you would think twice about going on holiday in an aeroplane?
I think I would, yeah. I don't, but I think twice. I'm not saying.
What about those offsetting the carbon emissions?
Yeah, well, I don't do that. I think I should start that. I'd like to start that. We work in such a wasteful industry, don't we? I feel guilty about that, but guilt isn't very helpful for anyone, is it, really?
You drive a green car.
I
though.
drive a green car,
So
I drive
do
a hybrid car, we both drive hybrid cars, that's something
I don't
that we do.
drive, but I've got one.
No, you are driven in a hybrid car.
Change of plan! They look brilliant. A whole new dynamic of creature.
Get them out of there. Because they have no fear of death, they are sort of unstoppable.
Get them out of there!
Sontarans are ruthless. They're truly brutal, nasty, monstrous creatures.
I think what was striking about them always was the design.
With the Sontarans, it's so nice to have a returning enemy en masse who have just got much more characterful speech.
It seems we must revert to basic Sontaran stratagem 1. We will ravage this planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on then, ask me some questions.
What's your favourite character?
I quite like the Emperor of Arachnos. Did you like that one?
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay.
I loved actually Slovene.
Do you like the Slovene with the thing? Yeah, that was good.
I love David Tennant because he runs very fast.
So is he your favourite Doctor then?
Yes.
Who's your second favourite?
Tom Baker.
Who's your third favourite?
My third, I don't have a third favourite.
Grandad will be really happy to know that.
Do you know in Doctor Who, their partners, which one is it, Rose or Martha? What do you think it is?
I think they're both very good.
I think.
But I do like Martha. And are you excited that Mummy's going to be in Doctor Who?
Yes.
What's Mummy playing in Doctor Who?
Was it Jenny?
Yes, Jenny.
Jenny. Yeah, I like that.
Did you want to play Doctor Who or you didn't?
Did you want to do this job? I did want to do this job, yeah. Yeah, of course I did.
But it's quite long, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Even though it's quite long, I still would like to do it. Who is Jenny? What does she do?
The times she stops the fight.
She does stop the fight. Have you got any advice for me? What should I do? If you could tell me to do one thing, what would it be?
Fight.
Nicely said.
Hello, my name's Henry. I'm the special effects trainee on Doctor Who. We've created guns with a gas system that gives you a muzzle flash as you pull the trigger.
They're a concept that was designed by Doctor Who. So basically, there you go, make it work. It's been a mission, but yeah, I think they look good today and they work really well.
And the paintball gun that we've got is to do bullet hits on the wall, basically, without having to put in wiring, select an area on the wall and hit that and it gives the sparks. We're doing big explosions, simulating this tunnel collapsing by the explosives that the humans put on the wall.
We were here last night doing tests because obviously the environment that we're in here it's a big tunnel, so flames and explosions react a lot different here.
I'm just putting in the firing lines for the pyros that are going to launch out of these two mortar pots and throw debris up into the air.
So we're using a propane system and pyros to make it look like they'll be blown up the tunnel.
Okay, standing by, please.
Light fire lines,
let's turn over, please. A, B, and C cameras. Everybody's clear. Action!
He's my right-hand man, basically. This is our second series of doing Doctor Who together, so he's become very experienced.
I finished university and was temping in an office all the time, and I just thought it's got to be something more interesting, so I just started blanket calling people and got a break, luckily.
He's a child of the machine because on the planet Messaline they have these progenation machines which just generate soldiers. He's kind of programmed to fight and not a lot else really. That's his focus and that's all he can think about. But Klein sort of has a journey, finds out that no one should be fighting, they should live in harmony. Coming straight from filming Skins to come over and doing this, it sounds stupid to say, but it's just a completely different world. as it should be. Art department here are fantastic, and you've got some amazing guns that really get you in the mood, and yeah, it's been a right laugh just running around with guns for a couple of days. It wasn't anything that I purposefully kind of decided, like from a young age I want to be an actor or anything. I used to enjoy drama at school, had a few parts in mostly medical programmes. I don't know if I just looked ill throughout my sort of early teens. After I'd done my A-levels, I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose really, I might as well give it a bash. I was about to university to study history when Skins came along, just in the nick of time. I love that. I think they're just misunderstood. They like to party, we just can't understand them. If they learn to speak a bit more clearly, maybe we'd all get along.
I've never really been a huge sci-fi fan, but since watching Doctor Who, I'm a changed person. She starts off as this very soldier-like character, who then begins to become much more like the Doctor and much more like a time loop. I get to do loads of stuff I never thought I'd do my entire career. Holding guns, kicking alien bottoms. It's fantastic. I think I've got to kick someone in the head and stomach today. And I did some cartwheeling and sort of flicking. It's good. It makes you realise how unfit you are, actually. I've been doing karate lessons for about 4 months. I wanted to make it a bit realistic. It's like, I don't like watching things and then thinking, oh, there's no way that person could do that. I've really, really enjoyed it, and I've really tried to make her somebody that people can relate to. I think a high moment and a low moment was my death. Me and David had to do quite a heart-wrenching, going into the depths of our depressing souls kind of acting. It was so incredible. I just remember looking at him, just sort of genuinely believing that he was really upset that I was dying, and it was like, wow, bring Jenny back. Please.
They're a kind of aquatic alien creature. They've got this chamber filled with fluid, and when they talk it all bubbles away. We built 2 animatronic ones. So this has all got radio control, so the eyes blink, the gills flare out. There you can see there's some LEDs glowing up there. So when this is filled with fluid, those lights illuminate the liquid.
There's a lot of things to take into account with these.
There was a tube coming through the little non-return valve, which the whir can blow down the tube.
As they're walking around, they can't spill. So, but you can't have it airtight because you need to be able to blow air in there to get bubbles.
So they stuck a compressed air can on the end of the tube that the actor normally blows, except loads of water then came out the outlet valve, completely covered the radio controls and shorted out all the servo motors. We originally designed it, there was a kind of mesh under here so that the actor has kind of got his head tilted forward, but we found the angle just wasn't good, so we cut out some holes in these areas on the fiberglass pods. The main problem was they could see down and could see things on the ground, but they had to point guns, and these things shot like kind of flames, so they had to be sure that they were a safe distance from someone else. Safety really dictated that we had to find another way.
This week's question. Yeah.
Episode 6, of
Episode
course.
6, of course it is.
In this episode.
Do you know what this episode's called?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Doctor's daughter.
That's right, yeah.
In this episode, the Doctor becomes a father. What's the best piece of advice your parents gave you, even if you ignored it at the time?
Oh, that's quite tricky, isn't it?
My mum is always saying to me the most important thing is be happy. And she says, you know, it's not a given, so chase it when you've got it.
That's very good. That's very good.
And
Is
I
that
think it's
advice
true.
though, or philosophy?
Well, yes, it's not advice because you can't just manufacture happiness, can you?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. There's so many things that I still phone up my dad when the least
Yeah.
little thing. I don't know how to do anything yet.
no,
And that it worries me a little bit because I'm 30. Well, by the time you watch this, faithful viewer, I'll be 37, and I think at the start I don't know how to do stuff that my dad seems to know how to do everything, you know. And I worry that that's generational. I worry that if I were ever to have children, they would literally want to, you know, that each generation that goes gets less and less practical, gets less and less able to do things for themselves.
Darn, that would be awful because I'm pretty used to it.
Yeah, well, I am too.
Um,
My dad taught me how to change a tyre. I suppose I can do that.
see, I can't do any of that.
My dad taught me to drive as well.
I don't know if this is helpful, but my nan gave me some great advice.
Mm.
And she said, deny everything. And I think she's got a point.
Not bad,
I
actually.
think it's great.
Yeah.
As the human race ventured further and further into space, there was one alien creature that went with us. A race that helped mine the ores needed and pioneer the first colony. The Hath. They might look monstrous and frightening. They might breathe nutrient liquid rather than air. They might have a hell of a temper, but they were there on the final frontier. Pioneers and prospectors. The Hath were happy to work with humanity to make the universe a better place. On an unnamed colony planet, a mixed team of humans and Hath were sent to adapt the ecosystem with a standard PT-306. The Hath are nothing if not inventive, using progenation machines to create new Hath and humans too. Just take a few cells from a donor and wallop! New person. Hath or human, created from those cells and immediately ready for work. Humans and Hath took sides, and things went from bad to really bad. Some bright spark realized he could recalibrate the machines to create soldiers, and things went from really bad to incredibly bad. Maybe worse. They were getting through about 20 sets of soldiers a day. The war was fought for generations over just a week. One person did a good job of reconciling the two sides and getting the colonization program back on track. The files don't say exactly who he was. They don't name his two female companions. They certainly don't mention that while he was there, his cells were taken and used to create his daughter. But they do say that he put things right, sorted it out, stopped the bloodshed, and brought peace between human and Hath. The files don't say it. But that's what he does. The Doctor. There is documentary evidence of enormous mutated maggots, giant spiders. There is empirical data about the insectoid worm of Andromeda, the butterfly people of Vortis, and the ant beetle Zarbi. But there is one large insect-derived species that we know even less about than the giant gastropods. The Vespiform. What we do know is based on supposition and rumor, story and mystery. We know the Vespiform in its true shape is similar to a wasp, a giant wasp, huge, massive. It is said the Vespiform went to war with the Quark rebels, but whether that's true is difficult to tell. The only confirmed sighting of a Vespiform on Earth was in India, close to the city of Delhi in 1885. Why the Vespiform came is a mystery. They are an ancient and wise race, and the Vespiform may have come to Earth to learn. Whatever the reason, it assumed a human form and called itself Christopher. Local legend has it the creature was drowned in the Great Monsoon. But not all Vespiform are as amiable. They have a fierce temper and sting that can kill. Some handy tips. Dealing with a Vespiform is much like dealing with any angry wasp, only 100 times more so. Forget the rolled up newspaper, unless you read the Gargantuan of Zophilofax Major, which has pages the size of Denmark. Run, hide, put a window or even a small building between you, or, if you can arrange it outside of monsoon season, you can drown the creature. The safest way to deal with a Vespiform is to find its telepathic recorder. The stories say it looks like a jewel, a crystal, and it holds part of the Vespiform's mind, its very essence. The Vespiform will do anything to keep that safe and close. If you destroy it, you destroy the creature. There is only one Vesperform telepathic recorder known to exist on Earth. It was found in a lake near Edison Hall and bought for the archives when it came up for auction.
Go! Sold! The gentleman at the back in the grey coat.
At your local auction house.
It is the 31st of August 2007. I am in a car with the lovely Julie Gardner.
Hello, here I am.
There you are. Being driven by the equally lovely Kevin. There he is. And where are we now, Kevin?
We're in Staffordshire.
We're in trouble.
Staffordshire. Well, why are we in trouble, Julie?
We're in trouble, David, because we're going to Blackpool to turn on the illuminations. When I say we, I mean you.
Yeah.
I'm there to hold your bag.
Sure.
And we left Cardiff slightly late because we were locking the special effects of the Christmas episode, Christmas 07.
And I was filming Planet Viewed.
And you were filming Planet Viewed.
Yeah.
And what time did we leave? We left at 20 to 3.
Yeah.
It is now 4:45. We are past Birmingham, but there's a massive pile-up. And so we're in a little bit of a pickle. And I think we're at about junction 12, and the exciting news is if we're really, really late, by the time we get to junction 29, we will be able to have a police escort to get us in, because Blackpool City Council is very worried that you won't be there to turn on the lights.
But you sort of want us to get stuck because you want the police escort, don't you?
I'm only here for the police escort.
Yeah.
I'm not remotely interested in the lights or you turning them on, but I really want the Miami Vice moment.
Yeah. I'm quite interested in meeting Natalie Imbruglia.
Yes.
Who's also playing tonight. We're now moving quite smoothly though, Kevin. We've picked up a bit of pace since I turned the camera on.
A bit of pace, yeah.
We may not get to see the blue flashing lights, unfortunately.
No, I'm sorry, Julie. If I can help it, you won't get it.
It's now 5 o'clock exactly. We're supposed to be there in 2 hours. What's the sat-nav predicting now, Kev?
It's predicting 20 to 7.
Oh, well, that's very still promising. Mind you, here comes a traffic jam. God, it doesn't look good out there.
It's not good out there.
I'm going to phone Phil now. Should we find out where Phil is?
Yeah.
He's going to be in trouble, isn't he? Because he's going to be way back. Do you think he's going to miss
Phil
the whole
Collinson,
day?
our producer, was still at the unit base outside Cardiff at 3 o'clock. He's not going to get here at all, is he?
I wouldn't have thought so. Hey, I think you're in trouble because we're in trouble. There's a massive snarl up of traffic. Whereabouts on the M5 are you? He's just joined the M5. Is that bad?
Just joined the M5. That's very bad.
Okay, you're in very bad shape apparently. So hold on, I'm just putting you on speakerphone so David could ask you a question for the diary. Hold on.
What am I asking him?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, how are you?
I'm alright. I'm not sure whether I'm going to make it because I'm going very slow on the M5 and I'm not long on the M5 because there was a hideous accident outside Cardiff.
Oh.
There always is whenever I get in my car. What's going on?
And how are you feeling now we've announced that the end is in sight?
Well, very weird. It was a really weird thing to be sat there saying, actually, because of course, you know, I know how kind of I'm not really going to be involved in that, so it felt very strange, I have to say. And a real kind of, I don't know, it's not going to be easy to drive away from, but there you go.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
I'll keep in touch, yeah?
Bye.
Stop to ring me if you get blue flashing lights.
Okay, we will.
We will. We'll film it.
Bye.
The report just said basically 18 to 20 on the M6 is completely and utterly at a standstill.
That's where we are now, right?
That's where we are now. And then the bit where we've got to really go is from junction 28 to 32. They reckon it's going to take you an hour and a half to drive that little bit. So we are in deep, deep trouble.
Julie, what just happened?
It was really exciting, David. Graham phoned me from on this phone. Graham phoned me from the Blackpool Police Service to give me instructions on how we're now going to be police escorted into Blackpool. I think the issue is that the traffic is going to build up going into Blackpool because so many people.
Because the motorway is actually clear now, despite the traffic reports. We're actually racing it now.
But essentially, the instructions are to drive for 6 miles. We then approach a junction. There will be 2 motorcyclists placed strategically on top of the bridge, and we are going to flash our lights at them, and then they are going to escort us in.
Is this a disgusting waste of police resources?
I don't believe it is, David.
Shouldn't they be out catching muggers?
I think they're doing that as well.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah,
good.
I believe in Graham, who just phoned, because Graham was very sensible.
Yeah, sure.
And I think clearly he doesn't want to have a riot on his hands on Blackpool seafront when you don't arrive, and Dale Winton has to turn on the lights without you.
We did get a message that Natalie Imbruglia's band had been escorted in via Preston, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So obviously there have been problems today, but maybe now because we're a bit late, well, certainly this motorway's deserted. We're about to turn off. Is that right, Kevin?
That's correct, yes. We've.
Are you excited about the police escort?
Definitely not.
No?
No.
You seem slightly nervous. Have you got something to be?
No, not at all. Not at
Kevin,
all.
why are you not excited about the police escort?
I just.
Don't you want to be Starsky and Hutch, Miami Vice?
Definitely not. I'd rather be low key.
Yeah. Well, welcome to our band. We're taking you in like you're like your Crockett and Tubbs.
I'm 007. I do it undercover.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. I think we should be flashing. Let's go for the flash.
Well, we've got to. We've been told to by the blooming police now.
Yeah, but Kevin could sabotage it.
By not flashing?
Because Kevin has to flash. If Kevin doesn't flash, we're going to miss our police escort, so he might actually scupper the whole thing.
Don't do it, Kevin. It means too much to Julie. She's foaming at the mouth back here. There they are!
Police dogs! Police dogs! Maybe they're there for us as well.
It's a van of police dogs, not actually any police. We're now a 2-camera unit.
We are.
Julie's
We're
on her
double
phone.
banking.
Yeah.
We're double banking.
This is it.
I'm second unit.
I think
I'm
you
the
can
B
see
camera.
the little bulge up there. I think that's the police officers on top of the bridge. You can just see them.
Zoom in and see that.
Kevin, are you getting ready to flash?
I'm getting ready to flash.
There they are. There they are on the bridge. Oh, I can't even focus. There they are.
You think I've got problems on my phone?
There they are. Are they seeing us?
Are we flashing?
Yeah.
Do we think?
Are they flashing back?
No, they got us.
They got us. They're genius.
There they are. They're waving at us.
Hello.
Oh, they're gone in a flash. They're off the
my
bridge.
God, are they there?
They're off the bridge. They're coming to meet us.
Oh.
Look at this.
Right, where? Oh. I missed that. I missed the drive-by.
We are being escorted down a completely empty road, though. It doesn't feel like it's quite necessary.
No, but Graham says there are 10,000 people there, David.
Oh, I see. Once we get into the actual Blackpool.
I'm phoning Russell. I'm phoning everyone I know. Look at this! Oh, we're passing a sign for illuminations. David,
I missed it.
David clearly can't speak because he thinks he's Michael Mann here. At one point, we were a 2-unit operation because
there's lights flashing. There's now flashing lights. I think the illuminations have begun.
Oh my God, Above! That is completely mental. So David's taking photos with his video camera, and I'm taking photos for you with my phone. So we are a two-hand crew. Yeah, I'm second unit.
Brilliant.
Is that a siren? Did I just hear a siren?
You did.
Oh,
yes, the sirens are now going.
God, the sirens.
It's blues and twos. We just went through a red light! Ladies and gentlemen, we went through a red light. There is so no need for this. The roads are empty. Look at this! Oh, they're just having a laugh, aren't they?
Oh my God! No, but look, there is a build-up of traffic.
Oh, stop pretending.
Oh, there's the tower, the Blackpool Tower.
There it is.
geezer come out, you see.
Well, he could get out of the way.
He's been told off. We're getting in the way of our charabang.
This is one of the funniest things I have ever experienced. That's all I can say. This is absolute lunacy. David, do you feel like you're in the... Oh, we're going through another red light.
Oh, lights mean nothing to us.
Oh, look. Look, they've stopped the traffic.
They are stopping the traffic.
Oh, my God.
I feel ludicrous about this.
Oh, I wish Russell was in the front seat. He would be dying. Illuminations traffic. Can I just point out, there isn't any traffic.
There really is no traffic.
No. I'm starting to doubt your popularity, David.
Oh, we nearly crashed.
Oh.
What kind of use is that as an outrider? Who's this?
Well, maybe that's Natalie.
You pull over!
No.
Pull over, mate!
Maybe that's
You're
Maybe
nicked!
that's Natalie Imbruglia. Right, should we phone Phil?
Is he at the Hilton?
Yeah, he's coming down to escort us in. Because obviously we can't do anything by ourselves anymore now.
Quite. It's like one of these going down the shops.
Oh, so would I. That'd be perfect. We'd be ready at 8. Yep. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, sweetie.
Hey, Edward!
That's the funniest thing I've ever...
Look, we've got a police escort! That was the most exciting half hour of our life. Thank you very much indeed. That was great. Thank you. And look! Blackpool, baby! So, we're about to leave and switch on the Blackpool Illuminations. A little bit under rehearsed. There was supposed to be a little conference with me and Dale Winton beforehand. That's gone for a Burton now. So we'll just have to busk it, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right.
This is Jane. Jane, what do you do?
I run the tourism department in Blackpool.
So are you now going to get us police escorted through the city? 4
police motorbikes. Come on.
We are loving the police
4.
escort
4.
thing.
Loving it.
It's fantastic, yeah. 2 of them downstairs, 2 just arrived. It's fantastic.
Brilliant.
And how many people are there?
Oh, God, 20,000.
20,000 over
I'm not kidding. 20,000, all for you.
I think they're mostly for McFly.
Yeah, they're all leaving after that.
Exactly.
Fine.
Straight away.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
no
go.
problem.
Come on.
We'll go.
Let's
Come on.
go.
Let's go.
Right.
So excited.
Yeah.
Mom,
Bless him. What did he say there?
Just went,
It was like...
It just mid-sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless.
Well, we're off. Oh, lovely to meet you.
How was that, David? How was it?
Mental! Absolutely mental!
Now what are we going to do?
Oh, she's had to confront and fend off giant 8-foot wasp. She's not only had to confront him on her own, she's had to burn him. He or she doesn't attack the doctor. We don't know the sex of this wasp just yet. She's had a lot of running around to do in her rather high gold shoes. She sort of has carte blanche to sort of say what she likes.
Good afternoon, my lady. Topping day, what?
To who she likes.
No!
In the way that she likes.
Scotland Yard. Hip hip.
So it's quite a fun part to play. She's going back in time.
A party in the 1920s, that's more like it.
Very exciting for her to and meeting someone that she's heard of. It's very different because I don't have the pressure of writing any of the scripts. The difference is that I get time off in this job because obviously there are scenes where I'm not in it. My show, it's pretty much all me. The more you have to do, the more you can do. Whereas today, as you've seen, I've only said a few lines today and I've been sitting down and I'm almost asleep. Yeah, no, I mean, it's certainly not a look I'd be Donna Karen trainers. Oh, I don't think. I'm going to disagree with you on that basis. Why? Do you think this is an old lady's dressing gown?
I'm Sam and I modelled Vesperform. It first came up like a rough shape and concept, so we got the right size and right proportions. It had long legs so it could land. We had the Stinger from the art department. The Sting was built as a prosthetic. Gave it a hunchback to look more creepy and intimidating. Some fur. Modelled separate sections. You can break it down into loads of segments. It's not just one whole creature. From the concept stage, I textured it using stuff you find off the internet, close-ups, like pretty much hornets and wasps. Collage them all together and that gets projected onto it and then you paint in Photoshop. To add fine detail, we do a displacement map which like sort of subdivides the mesh and you can really add like loads of detail. Start to finish, I think it took about 6 weeks.
The interesting thing about it was the kind of pacing. When you watch Agatha Christie, Poirot or Miss Marples, they tend to be gentle, lyrical observations and investigations. And I wasn't sure whether that was going to be an easy thing to do with Doctor Who. The pacing on Doctor Who is led by the director and mainly by Doctor Who.
I can stimulate the inhibited enzymes into reversal protein. I need protein.
Well, that kind of sets the pace and energy of the whole show. You often see the camera drift right in from a wide shot, right up the nostrils almost into a big eye shot. That's quite a standard kind of stock way of shooting the big epic moments. It just required a slightly different way of shooting it. I think we shot it in June and it was glorious weather. So I had the most wonderful garden party scenes.
You are a super lady. Oh, I like the cut of your jib.
So everything was gentle and graceful. Gradually, as the story unfolds, then it got faster and faster and faster. Somewhere we found a really good happy medium, I think. When I got to 16, I knew acting wasn't for me. So from the age of 16 to 34, 35, I struggled away doing production. And gradually I got a job with the BBC as a runner. 15 years later, I got to be a director. Gosh, that was hard. It took a long time, but I got there.
He's the village vicar, as you can probably see. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to him, he finds out he's also a giant wasp.
He's a sort of huffy-puffy old colonel. He's married to Felicity Kendall.
And she goes through a terrible time in this, loses various people. But she stays very British. She's a very British Raj lady.
She's the kind of society girl, but she's actually a Cockney. Ever so nice to meet you, I don't think.
He's a classic send-up of a village vicar, but he finds himself sort of in the middle of this Agatha Christie scenario that's of his own making. But it's his own downfall, because of course Agatha Christie knows exactly how to work out the mystery that he's set about creating.
The slightly scary thing is that obviously there's an enormous amount of Doctor Who fans and a huge amount of Agatha Christie fans, so I can't really win, but it's the fictional Agatha Christie though. Important to remember that.
I last did one 30 years ago, which was The Talons of Meng Chiang. Then before that I was in one called Inferno. Not so long ago I did a radio version. The fourth Doctor Who I worked with.
Only on Doctor Who do you get murderous alien vicars.
In one
version of it, we were both impaled on the sting, but that was cut out.
The episode The Unicorn and the Wasp is based around Agatha Christie. If you could be a famous fictional detective, who would you be and why?
Easy.
Who?
Columbo. I love Columbo.
Yeah.
There's something of the Doctor about Columbo, I suppose. That's probably why I love him so much. The sort of slightly shabby clothes and,
Yeah.
the sort of faux naive thing that he does.
Yeah.
But it's such a great performance as well. And I just love the structure of it. That in an episode of Columbo, there's no sense of who done it. You always know who did it and how they did it. But it's still absolutely fascinating as to how you're going to how he's going to work out, how he's going to nail them.
Yeah.
And I love the character. I love what Peter Falk does in it, and I would be Columbo.
I'll be one of the famous five.
Which one?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just.
There was only two girls. There was the tomboy and the sort of pretty one, wasn't there?
All right. Well.
Or the dog, or Julian or Dick.
and Anne. No, I wouldn't be one of the famous five because I didn't really watch it. I don't know who I'd be.
Helen Mirren in Thingy, Prime Suspect.
I
She
know,
wasn't
but
happy though, was she?
She wasn't happy. That's
She wasn't
the whole
happy.
thing. No.
Miss Marple, she's quite happy.
She's quite happy.
Next.
This is him bring his teeth. Look.
William Tell.
I'm the costume designer on Doctor Who. I've been doing it for the last 3 series. I started when David Tennant did and designed the 10th Doctor's look. The Doctor section goes from here all the way down there somewhere. There's a whole host of Doctor's guys here. See? And obviously the brown suit, which we made originally. He's got 4 brown suits. That's as many as we can have now because we can't get this fabric, so we're sort of stuck with it. We've got a few more blue suits. I've in fact just had 2 more made. In this particular season, Russell and I went through and actually worked out when he wanted brown and when he wanted blue. Don't you ever change? Some episodes you read, the brown seems more appropriate than the blue. Like the Agatha Christie episode, it very much felt like he should be in a brown suit for that. Whereas Russell and I both thought that the Ood episode that we did was very much a blue one.
Lovely, what do you think?
Here's the Doctor's coat. This was made out of a fabric, which is actually a sofa fabric. It felt a bit more suedey than it does now, but this has been washed and dry cleaned so many times. The blue lining is kind of almost the same colour as the TARDIS.
Time and relative dimension in space.
The Doctor's shoes. Quite a lot of them actually. We've got several sizes as well. We've got stump ones, we've got stand-in ones, and then often if David's doing something where it's raining, he might go up a size and put in waterproof socks. We always use the cream shoes with the brown suit, and the burgundy shoes go with the blue suit, and the black shoes go with the dinner suit.
James Bond kind of way.
James Bond? Really?
My name's Ellen Woods and I am standby art director. This is our library set. Up until a few weeks ago, this library was full of books. They got given to various schools and other libraries around Swansea. And then we had to come in and refill the whole library with our own books. But the problem we were going to have is to refill it with all blue books for the blue index, or red books for the red index. We found some ring binders in a grey tone and then light them according to the colour of the index ring. So it took a lot of man hours and lots of stickers. We've already used it in Bramwyn Hall, which is the main entrance to the library, and we've also used it in the processor room, the floor, which we've covered in MDF and painted to make it look like a nice marble floor. A bit of adrenaline, I guess, when it's a bit of a panic on, things got to be changed around, but it's good fun and everyone's a really good laugh.
Morning. It's 6:30, and today we've got to go to Swansea. Our next most important job of the day is make sure I can get some coffee. Right, we're just about to go for a take, so I'm going to go back to the little trolley and sit on and set it all up. This is our morning routine where we turn up and battery everything up, make sure the boom's working, set up all the mixer. This is where I spend most of my day sat in front of that trolley. Bryn's just sorting out our radio mics and little bits and bats for me. This is Lou, who fits all our radio mics for us because we're not allowed to touch actors because we've had a few court cases. Evie, we're going to have to fit you with a radio mic, is that okay? And now we've got all our time code to sync up, which makes sure that the sound and the pictures all work together.
What are you doing there now, Julian?
Basically, naming all the Russian, dating it, timing it, marking it and IDing it. So it goes something a little bit like this. Hello, good morning, it's Doctor Who Series 4. Today is Friday, it's the 8th of February 2008, and we're on Block 8, directed by Eros Lynn. The tone's coming to you at -20 dBs, recording on a Diva 5. Here comes your tone. And there's the tone. I haven't got my newspaper or my crossword there, that's the only thing that's missing, really. But that is the most important part of my kit.
We're on our way to the costume fitting and our first and only rehearsal. This is the crew. Jessica.
We're the cast.
No, but the crew of the ship. Hello. So there you are, the crew of the Kraken on our first mission. Our first mission to get our costumes fitted. We're going to see the TARDIS for the first time.
That's the one, please, darling. Look.
Of course. Turn the barometers on.
Curiously, it's much smaller on the inside than it looks from the outside.
Yeah, it's funny there. Brilliant. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Oh my god, that's the life serum. We've just killed a planet.
Trying to do just some Victorian binoculars.
Yeah, which doctor would have found those? Whose hand?
Doctor's hand.
Oh my gosh.
Bits of... No, this is amazing, you know.
Do you think, this is a question, is the outside more iconic than the inside?
Absolutely.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the outside,
Yeah.
literally on the back of the prop stack.
Is it?
And then they bring it out and they put it up and
So they
stuff.
just make it sort of like IKEA.
It's like IKEA, it's black box. I don't want to ruin the magic of Doctor Who. I'm very excited.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Episode 8. The episode Silence in the Library is jam-packed full of books.
It is.
What was your favourite book when you were a child?
I would say it is. I really like, there was 3 that really stand out. One was Freaky Friday.
Right.
That became that film.
Yeah,
with Jodie
I didn't know that was a
Foster.
book.
Yeah, it was a book. The other one was Little Women, and the other one was To Kill a
Little Women?
Yes!
When you were a child? How
What
posh
do
were
mean?
you?
What do you mean when I was a child?
What,
I mean,
how young are you
child is-
talking?
Well, child is like, well, they're not picture books. I'm
No,
talking when I could read.
Yeah, okay.
Like 9.
Yeah, all right.
you mean-
yeah.
oh,
I was just
books
thinking.
like-
I was thinking first book. I
Like
suppose.
My
I'm thinking.
Duck or something like that.
Yeah, books that have 4 pages that are all made of sort of
They-
plyboard.
Oh, I don't know then. You
No.
wouldn't remember, would you? You can't remember when you can't read.
No, I suppose not.
Do you?
No, I suppose the first book I remember having read to me that had a great effect on me was called Mr. Meddle's Muddles. It's an Enid Blyton book.
You've just reminded me, mine would have been Mr. Pink Whistle then.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Pink Whistle.
Mr. Pink Whistle?
I know,
That
it's
sounds a little
really
bit-
rude.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah. What did he do, Mr. Pink Whistle?
Well, he was a whistle that was pink, but he just made
Oh, he
everything
actually
good.
was a pink whistle.
He was a pink whistle and
Okay.
he wore a hat. No, my mum used to read that to me. Yes, you've just reminded me.
Right.
Yes. Mr. Pink Whistle, Enid Blyton. And I also loved all the stories, but I wasn't really a child, I was more... Well, I was a child. Those like The Twins at St Clair's and Mallory Towers.
Oh,
that
right.
made me want to go to boarding school.
Which you never managed.
Never did.
Tragically.
Such a shame.
Yeah. No, Mr. Meddle's Muddles was, I think there was all sorts of stories, short stories within it. And he was just a bloke who got, I think he was a sort of Mr. Bean character, he got into trouble. But there was one story, and I can't remember the details about it now, but there was something about blackbirds being baked in a pie.
But that's
I
a
know,
nursery rhyme.
but in this story something happened. And I remember as a child laughing so hard I couldn't breathe.
Because blackbirds were baked in a
No,
pie.
it wasn't. That wasn't the funny bit. I can't remember what was funny about it. There's something happened in the story.
I can't make pie. I'll let her do that one.
I was really surprised because in my mind the TARDIS was a kind of flashing, high-tech. Not having seen a lot of this current reincarnation, I was really amazed at how organic it was. If you'd put me on that set and said, "Where are you?" I would not have recognised it at all.
Yeah.
Lux is is a bit pompous and self-important.
My family built this library. I have rights.
Clashes with the Doctor on several issues. He's not acting out of malice or anything. He's actually quite a sympathetic character at the end. Overall, he's a racing driver's overall. I think I'm Lewis Hamilton, but I'm more like the Michelin Man. Beautifully crafted collars, which are so comfortable to wear. No, the guys who made them are just sitting there. The helmets they're not so uncomfortable because they've got air conditioning and lighting inside. But I'm sure people have had worse jobs on Doctor Who than we have in these costumes. Sort of harked back in a way to those great cliffhangers that you used to get on the Saturday morning serials.
Donna Noble has left the library. Donna Noble has been saved.
So that really sticks in my mind, just wanting to know what happened next. If you had a choice between being on a desert island with one book or living in a damp library in Swansea with every book ever written, I think I'd probably go for Swansea.
I've been playing Dr. Moon, who is the guardian and protector of the mainframe.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Moon. He emboldens a young child, Evie, to save the Doctor and his compatriots in the library. It's like ambiguous at the beginning. First step, you're not sure what he's about.
The real world is a lie, and your nightmares are real.
I don't think I've ever played a character like Dr. Moon. Well, he doesn't really exist. It's a sort of mythic apparition.
Shut up, Dr. Moon!
Very non-action character, really. It's all going on in his head. He answers on the inside, folks. The last time I came to Cardiff was to do radio, and that was about 5, 6, 7 years ago. Changes beyond belief. I mean, there's a great industry here now. In Cardiff, I can see films everybody becoming. Great location.
I play Professor River Song. She's an archaeologist and a time traveller.
Hello, sweetie.
Basically, she knows the Doctor in the future, and she has come to this present time, and she has asked for his help. She's an intelligent woman. She's also the leader of the group, and yeah, she's got guns. She's got her sonic screwdriver. The really nice thing about the production that we're in, everybody works really well together, and it's always a little bit daunting when you join a show where you have already established characters and those actors have their routines and their relationships. It's a month shoot, so it's nice if there's a good camaraderie and a good chemistry, which there is. I think Lewis Hamilton would feel probably very at home in this outfit, but for our purposes, it's an astronaut suit. I certainly haven't played an astronaut before, or a time traveller, or an archaeologist for that matter, so.
Hi, my name is Steve Reese and I'm the A-camera focus puller on Doctor Who. We're on location in the library. There's 8 members in the camera crew and I'll introduce you.
By putting David on the dolly, we've just done a shot of him running right across the set, holding a sonic screwdriver in his hand. To give the impression of him running across the room, we place him on the dolly and we push as fast as we possibly can. Speed it up a bit of both, add a bit of wobble, and you'll never know we've done that.
Well, I'm John, and I'm Tom with the cameras. Well, we basically in the morning set up a video village for the director and script supervisor and makeup costume to see exactly what's happening on set. We also mark every take with this clapboard.
My name's Dave, I'm operating the Jimmy ship here today. It's a little bit cramped, but I'm sure we'll do our best.
Well, the Jimmy Jib does something that my cameraman can't do himself, which is fly up in the air.
This is us getting focuses. Stevie Reese gets measurement from the camera to the subject, and Tom writes it down on the floor. So as it goes down the track, we have different numbers. So then during the take, Steve then can use his Preston, which is around his neck, which controls the lens to set the right focus.
Thanks for watching my video diary and keep watching Doctor Who.
episode, the people are saved by living inside a computer.
Sure.
Exclamation mark, which means we should do that. If you were at the centre of your own computer-generated fantasy world, what would be in it? Well, Bradley Whitford would be in mine.
He would be in yours, yeah. Yeah. Bradley Whitford and the entire cast
Is
of
that-
The West Wing,
is
or
that-
just Bradley Whitford?
Well, I'd love it if it was an entire
I think in my computer-generated fantasy world, I'd be in The West Wing.
That's what you do. You would make it a programme you love. That's rude to say, as we're in a programme that we love.
Yeah, well, no, but we've had this one.
We have had this
Bok
one.
Tech.
Yes.
In Doctor Who Tech. So then in West Wing Tech would be the next box.
Yeah, it would. I would absolutely. What would be in it would be episodes of my favourite TV shows, like anything written by Aaron Sorkin. And I'd be
Or
in it.
Russell T Davies.
Or Russell T Davies.
Or Stephen Moffat. That's a good answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall I do that now? Next.
Hey! My turn.
Your turn, come on.
Oh, God.
Get stuck in.
Everything seems to be going to schedule. Cast, everybody involved are really cool. You get fed really well. Porridge, banana, peanut butter and toast. This is the set that we're working on for about 2 weeks. Just getting in everybody's way now. I thought I'd show you what it's like to be an emo, according to Doctor Who. Hair all over the face, black t-shirt, skinny jeans, black cuffs, rings, and of course black fingernails. That's been the worst. Just got back to the flat after the 3rd day of filming, and I'm dosed with the cold. Hopefully I'll feel better for tomorrow. It's 6:15 in the morning, and just seen the TARDIS. Just been around the set and looking at all the Torchwood set and the Doctor Who set, and it's brilliant. So, I mean, the amount of stuff that they have is just unbelievable. Yeah, we're getting into all the tough stuff this week in the episode, just with all the repeating, all the difficult stuff. So it's been a bit of a long morning. I just thought I'd show you how complicated this script is. All these speeches all happening at the same time, and these ones as well. Skye, played by Leslie Sharp, has to do each of these speeches once over from different camera angles. It's a long process, but I think in the end it'll turn out really good.
I think this story has sort of come back to the stories of old. One set, one location.
And the old-fashioned, there's something out there.
Oh, well, what the hell is that then?
This whole system has no life in it at all until the tapping starts.
There's a kind of just a madness creeps into all the characters when they're being, threatened.
We should throw her out.
The whole piece is about what human nature does in times of crisis.
Saying what? You called us humans like you're not one of us.
That's what he said. And the wiring. He went into that panel and opened up the wiring.
In this episode, we see how she reacts when she really isn't confident in her safety. The hostess is very efficient. She likes things to run smoothly. Just don't create any fuss. She's happy.
The hostess takes her by the hand, leads her to the back and pushes her out into the night. They've got this costume but a size bigger so that they can put this big harness on underneath. They call it jerked back. Very dark, quite different from any of the other episodes.
What the Foley is all the humans there. What we have to actually do is to chart it all. Then we go down to our studio and get 2 artists down from London. And as the artists on the screen move around, they move around in sync with them and recreate the sounds that are made. Very often our very good friend and engineer Chris Thomas will do the engineering for us.
Doing this can be pretty varied. This one is a slightly different episode in the way that it's been shot and the fact that it's just on the interior. Some of the episodes can be really heavy. All I have to do is record the fantastic Foley that John and Julie do, pass it over to Paul and Doug, and they do their magic, and that's it.
We sort of chuck a lot of stuff about, don't we?
With Doctor Who it's quite good because it's endless what you can do, so that's usually fun.
We had fun with lard, didn't we? We had adipose. We had to make squelchy lard sounds. I've got a house full of stuff.
But that's your furniture?
Yes.
Yes. But, and the rest of the tat we keep in here. You can only bring so much
with you. So we both had bags with various shoes in and things like our coconuts for the horses and whatever.
If you pick something up and it makes an interesting noise, you think, oh, I must have that.
If you see a
it might
skip,
come in useful.
That's right, if you see a skip, you always have a look in it, just see if there's anything worth using.
Oh, okay. The episode Midnight is about a mad vacation! Exclamation mark!
Yeah.
What's your idea of the perfect holiday? What was the worst holiday you've ever had?
God, these are hard, these questions.
I've not had my perfect holiday yet,
Yet.
so I've got something
Sure.
to look forward to.
Sure.
And worst holiday
holiday
I've ever had? I think all holidays are quite exciting.
Do you?
I do.
I don't on the whole.
Don't
I'm
you?
not a fan of a holiday. I sort of don't see the point on the whole.
Because you can't sit still for very long.
No, and I'd rather just be at home.
Would you?
Because I'm never
Don't you
at
like
home.
travelling? Don't you like going to the airport and shopping? I do.
I tend to like the flight. I enjoy
Like
flights.
little bits of air.
But now I feel guilty about flying because it's destroying the
Oh, do
ozone
you?
layer and the world and heat.
Exotic destinations.
Any favourite holiday destination? You're allowed to shout things off from off camera. Don't listen to these voices, they're in your head. These
Bringing
are
us
these voices.
Favourite holiday destination?
First time I ever went abroad, I was about 11, 12, maybe 13. We went to Mallorca.
Were you 26?
It was last year. No, when I was 13, we went to Mallorca. The last family holiday I remember going on, to be honest. And it was the first family holiday where we'd ever gone abroad. We were terribly poor. And we went to Mallorca. It rained every single day.
Did you still not think it was exciting?
No, I hated
Even
it.
as
Well,
a
I was
child?
13. I was a grumpy
Yes,
adolescent.
teenage.
I was away with my mum and dad. It was the
You just
you
wanted
know.
to play your tapes, didn't you? In your room.
Yeah, I wouldn't be taping the chart show. I'm trying to pause
Off the
when,
radio.
when Kid Jensen talked. Should we have another question? Right.
There is a world where the ground is made of diamonds. A world that is bathed in brilliant extonic sunlight. A world so beautiful you'd never believe anything bad could happen or anything deadly could live there. You'd be so wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, and very gentlemen, welcome on board the Crusader.
There is a world called Midnight. It's a place of contrasts. The landscape is beautiful. Rocks made of diamonds glitter under a blazing sun. But that sun is extonic. If you're exposed to its light for just a fraction of a second without protection, you'll burn up. More than burn up. Vaporize. Talk about an all-over tan? This is all-over death. From flesh and bone to dust and ash in less time than it takes to blink. Nothing can live in an extonic environment. No life of any sort. Not carbon-based or hydrogen-based, not silicates, gas beings, not anything. So if you do hear rumors of a shadow glimpsed against the diamond rocks, of a dark shape seen running across the glittering landscape, of a creature that can eat its way into the brain and take over the speech of its host, that can steal someone's voice, and then maybe their thoughts, creeping into your head, whispering in your mind, turning you against your friends. Well, that's just crazy talk. How to stay alive and sane on Midnight. If you do visit Midnight, be sure to stay at the Leisure Palace. You'll be safe there, behind 15 feet of reinforced extonic-resistant finito glass. You can get a safe tan, and even dine in the famous anti-gravity restaurant. If you're determined to venture outside, then keep to the official tourist trips. If you want to make the 4-hour journey to the amazing Sapphire Waterfall, that's fine. Just so long as you stay inside the Armored Crusader 50-passenger vehicle. There's nothing out there. Nothing can live on the beautiful surface of Midnight. Nothing can even touch those diamonds. So nothing can get in. You'll be quite safe. 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 Every choice you make changes things. Every decision, large or small, has consequences, like the ripples in a pond when you chuck in a pebble or a brick. There's a group of creatures that thrive on those changes. They feed on them, exploit them, even make them happen. They're known colloquially as the Tricksters Brigade. Is there a trickster? No one knows. Maybe somewhere, when these creatures have a purpose. Work for someone. Or maybe it's just random, fun and games for them, potential energy taken from what-if events. The Tricksters Brigade have only been glimpsed. Maybe they are all different species. Or maybe they are all the same, a giant beetle scuttling up behind its victims, ready to leap on their back and cling there, absorbing the way your life could have been. Think how different your life could have been if you'd made just one different choice. A key decision. That's what the Tricksters Brigade are after. Maybe you can hear it scuttling up behind you, ready to leap on your back, ready to change your life in oh so many ways. It's after the what if, the might have been, the almost but nearly, once upon a time and sometime never. Once they take you back to that key moment, they have you.
Make the choice again, Donna.
It might seem innocent enough, like having your fortune told, just enough to let them inside your mind. Just enough for the creature to get close and attach itself to you as it creates a new history. Oh, usually time will compensate. Usually you won't notice anything odd. Except, maybe now and again, glimpsed in your shadow or hiding in your reflection, something on your back. Some handy tips. Most people who get caught don't need to worry. Their changes are so slight, so tiny that you'd barely notice. But sometimes, the monster on your back reaches in far deeper, changes so much more. And the bigger the change, the more it takes to get your life back on track, the more energy the beetle creature absorbs. There's even a story about one person who had to die to get her life back. One person where the tiniest of changes had the direst of consequences. Not just for her, but for everyone. Of course, that's just a story. Just a what if or a might have been. But even so, you'd better choose wisely. Better make the right decisions. And above all, you'd better watch your back.
And change your mind.
It's been great being back actually, and also because I have had the company and the pleasure of working with Catherine, which is a new experience, which is great. It's quite tough, and you forget that you have to have the patience of a saint to do this job, just because of how complex and intense the storylines are, and you know the level of work that goes into the show. You just forget somehow. But it's been a laugh. Well, I don't know if the Doctor is more fond of Rose than his other companions. I think he loves them all equally for different reasons, but I think they had some serious, bonding moments in their travelling days, and I think the fact that they've been torn apart means that they have a quest to find one another, and I think that's what makes it kind of a love story.
We read the script and you try and break it down into characters and work out, what the requirements are. On Doctor Who we have a tone meeting and we talk about what they want and we do a page turn, so we're all talking about the same thing. And then really it's a very quick process, it's not, I'll sit down and do loads of drawings for a week, get out there, sample the fabrics and get the stuff made. There's a lot of stuff that we make, and then obviously a lot of stuff that we hire, and if it's a period thing then the crowd is normally hired. This is a bit of our costume store. Obviously we have to store stuff, we can't keep everything on the truck with us, and we've got 3 years of the stock. This is something we've just taken off the truck. This is Sibylle and Sister, which is a Pompeii episode. This was one of those where I had to buy an awful lot of fabric and start making them without knowing the girls' sizes. Over here, stuff which is for the soldiers, which is in episode 6. and these are HAF boiler suits. They're basically flying suits which we dyed. Russell described them as having been in war and that they were quite combative. This is made for Donna. She had 2 dresses made. Obviously she was running around, it's full length, this one. I think that's the only costume that we've done for Donna this year.
It'll be hot.
The spacesuits for the library episodes, Russell had said it would be nice if we could do something that was a bit sleeker, and particularly because our leading woman for the episode is quite sexy.
Professor Riversong, archaeologist.
And I had this idea about using motor racing suits. So I investigated it, and it turned out that it was more difficult than I thought to get hold of them. Luckily, we rang this guy in North Wales who was fantastically helpful, and he had 9 suits.
One of the biggest challenges really that makes Doctor Who different from other types of drama is that you have to go anywhere in time and space. So for that, what you need is the most amazing art department full of the most talented people, and also a place to store it all. You see the most amazing things here, look at that, TARDIS in bits. You might be forgiven for thinking this is the world's biggest jumble sale, or that you expect to see somebody from Bargain running around here trying to find things to flog. But no, this is the main storage space for all the props. A trip to the art department means you can go anywhere in time and space, including Ealing Road. This is where we keep the really, really special stuff, so we can't go in there, unfortunately, because it's always locked for security. He looks like he's been on the sunbed a bit too long. Okay, so this is the place where they turn the dreams that are in the script into reality. The art department, follow me through. It's only really once you start to look around all these drawings that you realise the sheer scale and the amount of work that goes on here. Everything that you see on screen in Doctor Who starts off its life here.
This is the concept department, which is where little ideas from the scripts come to life. From storyboarding to models of sets that are going to be used. So this one's quite a small scale one, as you see from the size of the sofa. To bigger scale models. Here's one you'll recognise from the finale of Series 3, which is the Bridge of the Valiant. And so that was it, the art department. It doesn't look like much from the outside, but as you now know, everything goes on in there. It's an absolutely amazing place.
He's a beetle that goes on the back of Catherine Tate, feeds on her memories and all this kind of thing. So we built this giant beetle, which was radio control. So it's got all kinds of motors and mechanical parts inside.
The head moving, and the whole body rears up.
And what we did was built a harness to go on Catherine, which had a linkage attached so that we could kind of clip it on.
And then the legs are actually just fastened down to a costume, so it looks like it's actually kind of pushing around on her back.
And then in between takes we could just go in and pull a pin and pop it off, so that she didn't have to eat lunch with the beetle. It's hollow, is the main thing. So it's been a sculpture, we've made moulds, and then these are all just thin, hollow fiberglass castings. And Chris Clark in this case, he draws up all his linkages and motors. Unfortunately this guy, for the very last shot, they had to have it kind of die and fall off.
Ironically enough, actually killed
it. So there's bits rattling around inside.
I've seen a few fans hanging about when we've been working out in the streets, and they've been very sweet and very excitable, and that's really nice. I still get loads of fan mail having played Rose, and I'm still endlessly stopped in the streets by children asking me to sign autographs, but they want me to sign Rose Tyler instead of Billie Piper, which is fine by me, I don't mind. I think she's been quite lonely, but also she's developed many skills that maybe she didn't have before. She's just grown up naturally, I think. When we see her in some of the episodes, she's quite sad and desperate to reunite with the Doctor. In my parallel world, I'd be able to magic myself anywhere I wanted to go.
Now this is about episode 11, which it's lucky I'm asking you because I'm not really in it. Do you know what the episode's called?
Turn Left.
It is, well done. The episode Turn Left is about the decisions you make in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could go back and alter one decision that would change your own life, what would that be?
Not maybe getting an American agent when I was offered, and maybe they'd have put me in touch with the man who wrote the West Wing.
Still going on with the West Wing, aren't you? Give it up.
It's an important decision.
Give it up. They cancelled the series. You're never going to be in it.
I don't know, because it is that thing, that chaos theory. You change one thing.
Yeah.
You can't just change one thing. I think that's the whole point. If you did go back and change one thing, as the episode demonstrates, you're not just turning left.
Everything might unravel.
Absolutely everything would also change.
Yeah.
So I would probably, unless I was guaranteed that partner thing, I probably wouldn't.
I've got a story. I can't really tell it. So I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Shall I get another episode?
I was going to tell a story that I can't tell because it's about somebody who wouldn't want me to tell it.
Okay.
And it'll just embarrass me.
Fair enough.
So.
Good for you.
There is one creature that is hated and feared throughout time and space. The most ruthless and terrible creatures in all creation. The Daleks. Grotesque mutations, the Daleks were born out of 1,000 years of war. The mutated remains of the once great Khaled race of the planet Skaro. The Dalek creature lives inside an armored casing. Part war machine, the Dalek casing is like a living battle tank, built out of polycarbide and Dalekanium. Its purpose is to exterminate. The Daleks hate all other life forms. Anything that isn't pure Dalek is their enemy. The Dalek creature inside the casing is housed in an environment chamber attached by clamps and connections that go directly into the flesh.
It's the sunlight, that's all it wants.
It can hear and sense things. It might look unwieldy, but the Daleks have anti-gravitational technology to levitate and fly. So running upstairs won't help one bit. The Dalek is also protected by a force field that can stop bullets. And it can kill with its projected energy weapon. Over time, the design of the Dalek casing hasn't changed much. The stalk at the top of the dome is an eye. The lower attachments are for manipulation and offensive action. It's evolved and developed, always becoming more powerful, more deadly. The Daleks are so dangerous that the Time Lords tried to stop them ever being created. They failed, and the Daleks and the Time Lords went to war. There were no winners in the Great Time War. The Time Lords were wiped out. It seemed that only the Doctor survived, the Time Lord who ended the war. But there were other survivors too. Against all odds, the Daleks escaped total destruction. How to deal with the Dalek? Some handy tips. In fact, just one tip. Don't even attempt it. You can't stand up to the Daleks, believe me. I've tried. But if you've got no choice, then arm yourself with Bastic bullets. They might get through the Dalek's force field. Aim for the eyepiece. If the Dalek has a weak point, that's it. Keep clear of the sucker arm. It might not look too dangerous, but everything about a Dalek is designed to protect or to kill, as well as the eye and the gun. Daleks can be fitted with other attachments, like high-energy weapons and cutting tools. Oh, and one other piece of advice. Expect to die. No one can stand against the Daleks, except perhaps one man. The one they call the Oncoming Storm. The last of the Time Lords. The Daleks' greatest enemy. The Doctor.
Some quite interesting things tonight, haven't we? There's moving along streets is not quite the same as moving along studio floors. We've had a few bumps, and of course we've been on tracks as well.
And the camber of the road is really pronounced, so we've all been just gradually sliding off. Oh, I've only got little legs. It's all right for him. He's got big.
Yeah,
legs.
I got big long legs, so I was all right, I suppose. Yes, I was looking at your little legs paddling along underneath there.
Nick and I control, in our ones, we've got animatronic heads which are controlled by someone else, so we control the arms and movements and everything like that. Whereas these,
we control the eye as well.
The eye too, yeah. Apart from that, that's the only thing we control. That and our bladders. Because once you're in, you can't get out.
Well, basically with this, we can turn the blue light on. We've got eye stalk elevation or rotational control of the head. The eyes are activated via speech through another transmitter and receiver in here, in sync with Nick Briggs's voice.
The males, the females.
Part of the thing, I suppose, is knowing what to do when things go wrong. We'll have a few things blow up, but we just replace them and away to go.
Every atom of our being is coordinated and portraying the race of Skaro.
Resistance is useless.
No, we do talk a lot about our motivation, actually, don't we? It's usually to eliminate all inferior life forms, but sweeties have just arrived. Thank you very much. Thank you. Exterminate.
It's fried egg night.
Oh dear, Anthony Spargo, leave the room.
Episode 11, which I also directed, and 12 and 13 are really a three-parter. They're a trilogy. In 11, everything goes wrong in that story. That's a kind of parallel world. She then comes back to the world that we saw when she first left, in which she has met Rose. And she unfolds that news to Doctor, and we get to know it's not "I love you," which is what everybody thinks she's going to say, but "bad wolf." And episode 12 is the Doctor rushing back to back to London with Donna in the TARDIS, opens the door and comes out, and it's a normal Saturday morning.
Everything's fine.
And then within 30 seconds, we are off. The Doctor realises he is up against a massive foe, his oldest, most ancient foe. Not the Master, but another, a really, really serious foe. And now we're in serious trouble.
You can't have.
I think all the writers have been stunning on these series, but Russell's touch, in this case, these are his scripts, they are absolutely fantastic, epic. You suddenly find you're dealing with a line that refers to something that, fortunately for me, I dealt with in episode 3.
Yeah. The thing about the bees is odd.
Then suddenly it all kind of makes sense and comes home right at the end. Very clever. What a clever man. Daleks, as a director, they're a bit inanimate. They've got a swivelling head with an eye. Nice close-ups of the eye, that's quite interesting. And the gun kind of does that. And this pepper pot kind of moves around. And we know that they hurt people and they can kill and they're quite dangerous. Cybermen, I think, are terrifying. There's a human being, section of a human being in there feeding all the mechanics, etc. And that is quite creepy to me, quite frightening.
This week's question is, of course, episode 12.
Of course it is.
Of
That's
course
what this
it
week is.
That's what this is.
Yep. It's June already, isn't it? It's nearly July. Oh, the nights are fair drawn out.
In the episode The Stolen Earth, the Daleks make a reappearance and we're reintroduced to their creator, Davros! Exclamation mark. What was your reaction when you heard that Davros was returning?
Yeah, I want you to answer this. In fact, I'm going to ask you this. What was your reaction when you heard that Davros was returning? And what are the pros and cons of working with the Daleks?
My reaction when I was...
So again, when you're the famous, iconic character that everyone knows so well, that everyone has such childhood memories of, Davros is coming, Davros is coming back. How excited were you, Catherine?
My first question was, who's Davros?
Yes! Yeah.
Was he a Harry Enfield character? Didn't...
It meant nothing to you, did it?
Didn't know anything.
But even when you saw him, did you think, oh yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that?
No.
What, that character, I've seen him somewhere.
No.
Not a clue. What are the pros and cons of working with Daleks? Any pros?
No pros.
No pros. They're nice boys.
Oh, they're nice people.
Yeah.
But no cons, I don't think.
No, actually, as monsters go,
they're not.
They're quite easy to work with.
Of course, because it's much better to have a monster who's actually in front of you.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So
And the guys
Well,
who...
that's a pro. That's a pro.
The guys who operate them are very good at operating them.
Very
so they don't,
good, yeah.
We're not waiting for Daleks often. We're often waiting for monsters, but
Yes,
we're not.
that's
We're
right.
rarely
Because all
waiting
they
for
do
Daleks.
is step in, because there's no prosthetic.
They
really,
step
is
in
there?
and they can turn on a sixpence
Yes,
as well.
they
They're very good. And of course we've got Nick Briggs' voice booming out as well, so that you get the whole Dalek experience live. That's a pro.
And I don't think there are any cons.
There are any cons because they are very exciting.
Yeah. Oh God, I meant to have my picture taken with them.
You can still do. They're still kicking about. Yeah.
There are things waiting in the darkness. Creatures of metal, fire, and blood. But he's out there, burning through time, facing 1,000 dangers across the stars and never giving up. He looks like a man, but he's a legend, and his name is the Doctor. He'll come back to save us, and this time, I'm gonna be ready. Then, just like that, we'll be gone.
Few people can truly be said to have changed the course of history. How many people have saved their own race from destruction, ensured the survival of their people to the very end of time itself, created life itself, and been responsible for the deaths of billions of people throughout all eternity? One man has done all that, and more. Davros, the man who created the Daleks. Crippled and confined to a special robotic wheelchair, Davros might seem frail and vulnerable. He has the use of only one prosthetic hand. His hearing, his sight, every one of his senses has been replaced or augmented. But like the Dalek casing, his chair is a complete life support system and command center. The Thals and the Khalids had been at war for 1,000 years when Davros was born. Even though he was terribly injured, he became the greatest scientist on the planet Skaro. Davros realized that the chemical, biological, and nuclear weapons used in the war were causing his people, the Khalids, to mutate. He conducted experiments to discover the ultimate form of that mutation, and then he tried to find a way to save the creatures his people would become. His creation was a travel machine powered by static electricity that provided life support and protection. The Dalek. But then Davros made genetic changes to the mutated creatures, changing their fundamental DNA to type 467-989. He removed the weaker emotions, like the feeling of pity.
Oh, you know nothing of any human, and that will be your downfall.
He made them hate everything that wasn't a Dalek. And because Davros wasn't a Dalek, as soon as they could manage without him, they killed him. He should have seen that coming, but time and again, the Daleks found they needed their creator. They needed his knowledge and genius, his expertise and his creativity. They recovered him, revived him, put him on trial, kept him as a pet. It doesn't matter where Davros is or how frail he seems to be, he remains one of the most dangerous beings in existence. How to deal with Davros? Don't be deceived. Davros might seem rational and intelligent, but he's completely mad. Mad as a hatter. And the worst thing is, wherever you find Davros, his Daleks won't be far away. Few people can be said to be irredeemable. But if there's one man in all of history who should have stayed dead, it's Davros, creator of the Daleks.
It's Monday, the 3rd of March 2008. I haven't really done video diarying this season, just because I've not really had any new stories to tell, really, about the production and so on, until now, because with the advent of this final two-parter to the series, we have amongst us many old friends and faces. So I thought maybe it was time to get the video camera out and celebrate a bit of that. Outside we've got more trailers than we've ever had before, as all these characters from the past show up. And then we've got more trailers down here. There's never been so many. So it's all quite exciting at the moment. We've got obviously Catherine's here. It's getting a bit ridiculous, you see, in this final furlong. Everything's being recorded so much. There's so much cataloguing being made.
Hook up. Oh God, and mine's still somewhere at the States Hotel in its box.
Lock and load.
You won't be seeing Catherine Tate's video diaries elsewhere on this DVD. We've got Billy. Oh, look who's back! It's Billy Piper! We've got John, we've got Noel.
He's a little older, a couple of years older than me. Only a couple.
Yeah, but... Oh, he's pushing that in there.
No, it's all it's still firm,
No,
man.
it's not, dude. It's got a little bit of a muffin top there. It is.
No.
That's what happens. That's what you have to look forward to.
No. It's
after the age of 40.
He doesn't want to make the fans jealous. There's no muffin top. It's
There is a
quite,
muffin top.
Quite firm, you know. I can vouch for the firmness.
No.
No, I'm trying to help you, man. You're letting yourself.
But I speak reality.
We've got Camille, we've got Freema, we've got we've had Bernard and Jax, we've had Adjoa's coming back to do a little bit, Penelope Wilton's coming back to do a little bit. Of course the Daleks are back. The Daleks have got new hands. Look at that.
Hi, Joe.
And they move. Oh, demonstration. Brilliant. And do they fit onto bits in the...
They slot in. Yeah. Matching. Yes. He does, and
Nah.
Yes, look at that.
It's only taken 45 years for them to be able to operate their own machinery. That's quite good.
Dalek Dave pulled his out.
Did he?
Dave put it in and pulled it out like a drawer.
Was he meant to do that? No.
This is the one.
Dave, dissing you about pulling up. Hey, just saying, he just doesn't know his own strength. It shows great motivation. Did you do your Dalek face?
Well, my inside the Dalek.
We've got Dalek face on last year's DVD.
I know,
Yeah.
but they might not have bought that one.
You know this one that's dangling out?
You'll have to, I'm not going to do it then. You'll have to buy
You'll have to buy Series 3. I think that's only fair.
standing over there. I'm not. I can't offer the two things on one disc, can I?
No.
Same thing on two different discs
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah.
It's not economical. It's not viable. Is it?
And it's almost sort of too much fun, really. Actually concentrating and remembering lines and doing the takes has been a little problematic at times.
It's like he's the new Mark Ronson. He could mix up here.
Maybe he does.
I've got a request. Do you have Hi-Ho Silver Lining?
Right.
Come on, Eileen. It's not that kind of wedding. Okay.
And we've also got a new Davros, so it's all kicking off. It's been really great fun to have everyone back. It's been a real laugh.
If we're all happy then, let's
There's Graham Harper.
let's rehearse.
Just clinging on by his fingernails at this late stage in the season.
Should we have proper rehearsal?
This is Davros Town.
Okay, rehearsal.
He's actually
Should we have a bit of smoke for the
strapped
rehearsal?
to the
We know what
camera.
levels are like. Should we? Okay, thank you very much.
This is for his big Hitler rant scene.
Stand by then, please, everyone.
Don't bet on it.
Can I just say that
We've got about 5 minutes.
Elizabeth and I had a moment because when I was a child, if there was one villain that if ever in my wildest dreams I was ever involved in Doctor Who, Davros was the villain that I always wanted to be up against. So this is like major. I'm actually a little emotional. I had to hug Elizabeth because I got a little teary-eyed when he first started talking. So if I could, I'd kiss you, but I won't. Because you don't kiss Davros. It is, no, it's like totally...
It's also Phil Collinson's last stories as producer. Weird to think that Phil won't be here after this. Really weird. Because he's such a part of it. So it's a big old important story, this. And it feels like it. Feels like quite a big bit of an event.
Everyone else is good. David, will you sign my script, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I've had instructions from Russell.
Excellent.
Here you
Thanks,
go.
darling. Thank you very much.
Gets better, just watch it.
So, Adrian, is this you going to try and get everyone in one shot now?
That's right, it ain't going to happen.
Is it not going to happen? Is somebody...
We'll be missing one person at least.
Who are we missing in this one?
We're going to miss Catherine.
Because she's doing a stunt at the moment.
We'll need a space to put her in.
Right. Now this is Colm, who has the unenviable task of being me when there's Doctor 1 and Doctor 2 in the same scene. How's that going for you, Colm?
It's absolutely fine.
Yes?
Yeah. How's it suiting you?
It's always very nice to have somebody to be there. Take a bit of the strain.
I'll always be there for you, you know that.
But Colm is a musician in real life and was out gigging late last night. How is that going this morning?
That was tough getting up on the beach. The beach took it out of me yesterday.
Yeah, we were on the beach yesterday. It was quite windswept.
I was knackered when I got home.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of hours sleep and then went out and sang people some songs. Is that right?
So if you study episode 13 very carefully and freeze frame your DVD, perhaps sometimes the shoulder or the back of the head might just be Colm here.
Yeah, very
Let me just get a shot of the back of that head, just so that eagle-eyed viewers at home can look out for it. Thanks for that.
And I'll have people coming up, tapping me on the shoulder, going, I recognise you, and then I'll turn around and go, oh,
yeah.
That's when it gets spiritual.
Look out for that, yeah.
Had to work
Memories
the
and
next
money,
day.
this is. Memories and money.
Just money.
She's gonna flog it. On Freema Bay, it's a new thing she's setting up.
And 2, 3.
Smiling or looking moody?
No, tough.
Tough?
Yeah. And...
No, I'm not
Okay, and tough.
This is their tough faces. Brilliant.
That's great. Let's mix it up. Just stand where you like. You get David and Benny, stay where you are. Everybody else just kind of do something. So that don't necessarily feel you've got to stick in one place, okay?
I gave everything I had
Yes.
in there on that photo session. I'm going to have to lie down. I feel a bit overwhelmed because I peaked. And I have to save it for the scene.
You
because
have
there's
to
a
save it
lot
for the
going
scene.
on. I am on my knees with my hands on my head, looking around. So I've got to go and prepare for that.
what dialogue have you got today?
I might gasp. But that's kind of it.
That's enough, though.
I think so.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we're going to need from you, because
Yeah.
that's going to make the scene.
Well, I didn't say anything.
Can I point out I've got a harness on and my posture's not quite this bad, or my body mass quite this big. Very important.
Oh yeah, you've got a bit of a hump there. Look at this. 3 cameras.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
No, not at all. Should be on.
3 cameras. There's Doctor Who Confidential. They're responsible for another one. I've got one. Noel's got one. It's a 7-camera unit today.
Please wait after this as well, everyone.
I think Catherine's about to fly through the air, I think.
Yeah, that would be in.
Hello, Liz. How are you?
I'm extremely well. I'm very excited.
We're all very thrilled to have you back. I think you underestimate just how thrilled we all are, you know.
No, it's really weird. This is a real emotional fall because I not long ago did the DVD commentary of Tom for Davros, for Genesis of the Davros. And Maloney now is no longer with us, who directed it. And Michael Wishy's not here. That kind of sometimes comes back. It's really weird, this programme, for me. I sometimes have quite an emotional pull. It's bizarre. Really, it just comes sometimes, and I think it's so silly. And I also love it as well. I love getting that feeling again.
Yeah.
Really. It's amazing seeing Davros. He's so into his script. It's so wonderful.
Here's Billy Piper in Night Vision, which is flattering in itself.
Oh no! Can I have a look?
Yeah.
Don't, because that makes you look...
No, that is not flattering.
It's all right. You look like an alien. There's Catherine Tate.
I always feel like an animal.
Oh my
when I
God,
watch
look.
that.
You're on a sort of wildlife documentary.
Yes. Watch.
This here, the Doctor Who regulars hide in their burrow.
Complain about their light.
We've been discussing who looks best on camera after Billy discovered she was sporting a moustache on last night's
Like
take.
James Nesbitt from Series 3 Murphy's Law. A walrus face. Not that he looks like a walrus.
And we just did a visitation from John Barrowman, who we've decided never looks bad on camera.
He's announced to everyone that Doctor Who takes a poo.
I don't know why he's been telling the locals of this particular Penarth Street.
He's trying to take us down.
He's trying to lose the mystery.
He's letting them behind the curtain, isn't he? That's what he says.
He is.
The curtain of magic.
So we've just started tonight. It's a night shoot. We're here potentially until about 5:30 in the morning.
5:30.
If all goes well.
Fingers crossed.
We're not.
No, we should be done
We're
earlier.
out by lunch.
It's old Sarah Jane and Mickey and Jackie that'll be here till the bitter end. There's Steph, who used to be our second AD now, locations, chatting up the local police. Oh.
Is that a real policeman then?
I can never tell.
Think there's a real policeman?
I thought it was illegal to walk around in police uniforms unless you were a real policeman.
Well, you do it on the bell every day.
Of course. They must have to have some permit.
His helmet's quite elaborate.
License.
License to helmet. So anyway, we're hiding in this car until we get called on. What's it called? Astley Road.
Rick Astley.
Yeah.
But you know the good thing about night shoots is that you get pasties at 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, a nice, chewy,
Not so
slightly
good for you.
warm pasty.
You could have a cheese slice.
You could have a cheese and onion pasty.
Yeah, sometimes they give us pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a nice hot chocolate with the added protein of a baked bean in it.
Bean shell. Bean husk.
That's been one of your highlights of your year on Doctor Who.
It wasn't even me. It was Billy, and it made me feel physically sick. She just quite casually just went, bean husk. It was reaching.
In a cup of hot chocolate.
In a cup of hot chocolate.
We pulled it from the urn, which means it came through that little thing. It's like,
Captain Jack Attack!
You just pooed yourself, didn't you?
it was a terrorist.
Sorry.
Is he getting in?
Yes.
That's good for the that is a good one.
I'm not sure that I captured it on the lens.
We'd have got it. How many people can you get in the car? Hi, it's Graham.
Graham Harper's here.
What are you doing? Hello, guys. You all right?
We're from Doctor Who. We are. We're gonna go and go real far. Yeah. Let's go.
What business are you doing now?
So we're now out on the street, and we'll be filming here a very important scene from episode 12 with Daleks. There's the Daleks over there. So the Daleks, or it's death under a hood. I can't quite tell from here.
And there's some.
There he is.
We've put one in, yeah.
We've got a fair crowd tonight.
That's so unfair.
No, not for comedy because
They're being held quite far back.
If they all charge, we don't stand a chance.
No, we're relying on the basic goodness of these people, the people of Penarth.
Have you ever seen Zulu?
Yeah.
Front rank fire!
Really good one.
These are the locals of Penarth.
David.
What does Gwisgoeth mean?
I think it means
It means whales.
costume.
Oh, it means costumes. A costume brolly.
Wales. even I know that.
Gwisgoia.
No, I don't. I know that.
Croeso. Croeso. Croeso.
Croeso I Cymru.
Croeso I Cymru. Welcome
know.
What does that mean?
Welcome to Wales.
Welcome to Wales.
Croeso Cardiff.
Welcome to Cardiff.
Welcome to Cardiff.
From Barcelona.
Cardiff. Cardiff, Barcelona. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. Y tú, arriba, Croeso Cardiff.
How much Welsh will you be taking back down the M4 with you, Catherine?
How much?
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In checks.
Yeah, we're back, and it was weird because, you know, you come back and you think it's been 2 years, and it seems like we had Sunday off, and we came in on a Monday. And I was thinking, what was she like? I can't, like, all of that goes, and then the moment something happens, then you remember, and it's just great being back with everybody. She's a little braver, still frightened. I think she's frightened, Jackie, of not losing Rose to the doctor, but losing Rose full stop, really, because she knows that when she is with the doctor, wild things happen and she could lose her life. Poor Rose having to deal with, you know, like with Doomsday and obviously this episode, she's always going, oh my God, there's my mother. I never do that to my kids. I would never. I told you not to. Yeah, well, I couldn't leave you. Daleks terrified me. I remember coming on set in the very first year that we did it, Series 1. I just walked through the set and then I saw Solitary Dalek. I have to say, I did back off and walk round the other way. Although having worked with the Cybermen, they're really terrifying. No acting required, just look at them and run, really. She's been a flirt, Jackie. Shocking. I think she sort of matured in that area. And nothing like me and really not flirty.
Fully charged. Yeah. Listen.
Well, hello. Guess who's back? Along with Camille and John Barrowman and Freema and Catherine and Billy and David never left, but we're all here for the finale of season 4. I'm gonna take you on set and show. I'm doing the stubble thing for this. I thought since Mickey's grown up a bit, you know, and been fighting stuff in a parallel world, it wouldn't just be the regular cut, but you know, we'd get some of this going on to show that he's, you know, a bit more.
I love that new look. I love the shiny. Everywhere he walks, you know, you can hear him crinkle. Good, just had my lunch, just had chocolate sponge.
How was it?
And I'm supposed to be like not eating anything because my control pants are really tight.
And you are playing him?
Doctor's double.
So you're basically, when David's not being Doctor 2 or Doctor 1, you are being Doctor 1.
I'm being the
So let's have a look at the hair. It's pretty similar there. And what suit do you have on at the minute?
I'm in the brown.
You got the brown suit. How are you enjoying it?
That's great, yeah.
What's it like being back on the TARDIS with
This is like one of those moments that that people tell you about and you go, oh yeah, I don't get it. The Doctor's family, so this is just being in that major thing. And every iconic figure has blossomed from the TARDIS perspective, so it's great.
Action!
How do you feel being back in the old TARDIS?
Very, very comfortable. Having a wonderful time.
What's it like having a whole team together? A new team, a pretty new team for you, but is it good fun?
Yeah, because I haven't worked with Barrowman before.
He's naughty, isn't he?
He hasn't been naughty with me yet, I'm afraid.
And what's it like being in the TARDIS with the whole team?
Mad, we're not getting anything done. The day's going to take twice as long to get
I think we're getting work done.
No, we're totally not getting any work done. We've got like loads to do. But everyone's it's like last day of school. Wicked. Everyone's just having a.
It's kind of like the first day of school for me as well, because I haven't been here in a while. So
yeah.
it's kind of strange, you know. But you enjoying it?
Loving it.
This is the TARDIS console, as you've seen over the last 4 seasons. It's all sort of buttons and knobs and stuff here. As you can see, this is the things that the Doctor pushes and he does stuff here and fiddles.
Leave it.
Yeah, sorry.
You don't know what you're doing.
I won't touch. Look, see, you're getting unparalleled access here from a genuine film director.
Oh yeah, you actually really do it. Make me look good. Make me look good.
I love it so much, and this is such an emotional because you've got Davros.
Oh, come on, Doctor!
And of course, Sarah Jane has a history with this one.
That face, after all these years.
She never thought she'd see him again. Yeah, there's a lot of feelings attached to this one for Sarah and for me. I think he looks more sinister. Michael's Davros face, the limitations for that are not there anymore. This face really moves, which is also scarier. Everyone else is looking so buff and we're not going to look afraid. And I looked along the mile at me and thought, God, I'm the only one that's absolutely, you know, wetting myself. I was so excited on the first day. There were so many of us in the interior of the TARDIS. And I was so excited I went deaf. I just got so excited. Something must have happened in the brain. I thought, oh my God, I can't hear. And I cut David's line.
You get a lot of fan mail, I guess.
Well, yeah, it comes in, you know, over the years there was always dribs and drabs, it never went away. That's why it was so lovely to do School Reunion, because you actually put into practice what you've been telling people in the letters, what has happened to her since, what has happened to her now. And it married so closely. A lot still impinges on the Doctor in the letters, the Doctor and Sarah still. The young people that write now, really young ones, they love their friends playing Sarah Jane. Magic, imagination, lovely. And I think over the years, when you get a character like this, it does come closer to you. Yeah, there are certain things still I aspire to in her that I don't do. I really love her. Yeah, she's a good girl. She never gives up. Remember, it's far more difficult to use than screwdriver, a sonic screwdriver, because you've got to get the top off, twist it, and usually with one hand. Being so dexterous as to do that, and so I sometimes have to cheat the top off, and sometimes I brought it out on once and sonic myself. Or you get so excited you forget to turn it off, and you're sonicking everything else as you're running away.
This is my Winnie. It's like where I live when I'm not on set. I come here where I eat my lunch here. These are my lines and I've got to learn these.
Action!
Yeah!
It's a glamorous costume.
Oh, brilliant. Now you've got to turn that off because I've got to get changed. Alright. Alright, well now I've got my costume on. I've got to put on my woolly warm coat. I've got to go outside to go into makeup. Looks wonderful out there. This is John, he's doing my makeup for today, so I make it look all nice and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to put loads and loads on.
Bit of liquid, mascara.
Yeah, bless you.
Spot the difference. It's Josh, he's my double. Whee. This is the way to the studio. We're just about to do a rehearsal, check it out.
You know Jackson's action with the broom? Yep. We're going to pretend that end bit is canine, alright? Action! Calling Luke and Mr. Smith, this is the Doctor.
Well, they got rid of the broom for us.
I will do so. If there's a problem.
Woo! Hey! When I'm not on set, we sit here and we watch the monitors. This is my mum, she's my chaperone. She's just sort of follows me around everywhere. I'm not too sure what she does. She's lovely, isn't she? She's really happy now because she's going to be on the internet. You are,
We use very flexible, this is silicone gels. This allows the wearer then literally every little nuance, every little movement, smile, wrinkle, movement reads through the face. The downside of that is that you can only wear one of these prosthetics once. Once we've shot on it, it goes in the bin. It's made in several parts. There's the eye which glows. Inside is a plastic skull that goes on, and that has the eye attached into it. Then the headpiece it isn't split, it's in one piece, and that pulls over the top of his head. We have the ears are separate pieces that we add, and the chin is actually a separate piece. It comes with these very tissue thin blending edges. We redesigned some elements also. It's like the headpiece that Davros has. I don't know if you see there's a kind of metal lug there, so we literally screw it into his head. The character has a robot hand, so we had to build this as well. It's a silicone, and then we've added hard plates to it. It's actually even got a zip inside, so Julian could just slip it on. Davros always had kind of nails, clawed hands, so the design incorporated, you know, elongated metal parts like that. And wardrobes provided a beautiful sort of leather costume, and then the art department created the base, and the whole lot just comes together, and I think it really worked out well. I'm very happy. It's a lovely project to do. It was a fabulous, and as I say, it was mine. I got to. I'm doing it.
Fully charged. Yeah. Listen.
Hello, Cammy.
Hi!
How you doing?
I'm good, I'm choking on my gum. So,
This is how the other side live. Look at this.
yeah, do you like it? It's bigger than my old flat. It's actually bigger than my hotel room. I'm going to take some time out in a minute to learn my line.
How many lines have you got today?
One today.
Excellent, excellent. Well,
I couldn't leave you, is my line. So, obviously, I'm all instinct, so I'm going to wait until I'm there and I'm going to listen and suck it all up and soak it in. And then I'm just going to send it out there, my line. Yeah.
Noel Clarke bringing you unparalleled access to the stars. 3 months. In makeup, got ya. How you doing?
Today's the second day when we're all in together, so we always have a really good time.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody else likes us all in together because we're all like a bunch of naughty kids.
But it's
all I can hear is like people shouting, going, "We're supposed to be doing this and doing that," and then we're all mid-conversation and we go, "What are we doing now?" And action! Oh!
Hello, Noel.
Hello, mate.
You're right.
Hello. How you doing, bud?
I'm Mark, the lighting gaffer.
Right. And what, for people that don't know, what's a lighting gaffer?
A lighting gaffer is basically in charge of lighting on the set and being responsible to the DOP. It's good to have you back, Noel. But yeah, it's been nice, mate. Good fun.
End of the day, back in the hotel room. Catherine wasn't in today, or she wasn't earlier before we got there. Tomorrow, I have a day off, which I'll be doing other work, writing some stuff, and then I'm back in on Thursday. Tomorrow they're all at the beach, so I'm just going to chill out and relax. All right, well I'll see you then. Bye.
It's like the true food that
What's a long question, this?
The episode Journey's End is the last in the series.
Boo! Why does it say
Don't
boo?
know.
Maybe
Oh,
you
I mean
boo-hoo.
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 Thought you were trying to scare us.
Yeah.
What have been the high points of working together on series 4? Or this will be a short question.
Yeah.
And is there a particular moment you'd rather not go through again? Any night shoot where it's raining
Yeah, that's
and
never
cold.
fun. Yeah.
The high points have been many, numerous. Which is the same word.
Daily. Daily high
really,
points.
Yes. Always laughing.
Yes,
Always.
that's true.
Always laughing. Always funny. And the things not to have gone through again, it would just be elemental things, wouldn't it? When you're standing and it's cold.
I suppose, yeah. Although we've not had too many of them this year.
haven't,
We've been let off relatively lightly.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of nights.
Yeah.
A lot of shooting at night, which is just not very good for your body clock. It
No,
just screws
it's
you up a
not.
little bit. But it's churlish to complain about. It's
No,
very,
absolutely.
very privileged job to have, really. There's very little to grumble about at the end of the day.
There's really nothing. And I also think if the I sometimes complain about my shoes. All right, that's it.
Well, a little bit.
I always think, really, if the only thing you can complain about is saying, "Oh, I have to get up quite early," I think you're pretty lucky, and that's
I've been very.
and you don't have to get up as early as me.
I
so
don't.
you
Girls
really
always get up
should
earlier.
have
You see.
always been quiet.
But I have genuinely loved having you on the series,
Oh,
and it's been a great pleasure and a joy to work with you.
Oh,
quite
thank you,
frankly.
and to you.
And I'll miss you very much.
Now I'll cry.
Come with me.
Thrill is in the chase, never in the capture.
There's nowhere to run. Show yourself.
This is the spark of life.
I just want a mate.
You're not mating with me, sunshine.
Being with you, I can't tell what's right and what's wrong anymore.
It's better that way.
I do not understand, miss.
Why'd you say miss? Do I look single?
Yes! I demand you tell me who you are.
This has certainly been a most entertaining evening.
Davide Vici.